Sports Pass.
The team that's been in electrifying form.
With Now TV, you can stream a whole month of live Premier League action or only pay for the games that matter to you with the day or month pass. Perfect. It's your sport on your terms with Now TV.
This is not the time for business as usual. It's time for effort and imagination. It's time to use technology to start your online plans. It's time to work from home, to stay in touch. It's time to look to each other. Erscoa Kayla. Ireland is working online with help from Black Knight and .ie, because now we need better than business as usual. Call Black Knight on 059 918 3027 or visit blackknight.ie.
As we know, keeping active and looking after your well-being is challenging right now. At Harvey Norman, we have the latest range of connected fitness and health products to help you understand more about your health, everyday stress, sleep patterns, and more. Like the TicWatch GTX smartwatch, packed with key features, including a unique bezel design, fitness tracking, sleep monitoring, and a long battery life. Available now for only €99. See harveynorman.ie for our full range of connected fitness and health products. Available for home delivery or click and collect.
Welcome back to Cadbury's Find a Legend, Win a Legend.
What a competition, Ian. And they've just got to pick up a Cadbury pack for the chance to win.
They could score Petr Cech's incredible VIP weekend at Chelsea, or there's Robbie Fowler's luxury Liverpool experience.
Or a VIP match day with me, Gary Neville. Result.
Find a Legend shirt inside your Cadbury pack to win big. Plus thousands more prizes at legends.cadburyfc.com. T's and C's apply.
There's certain matchday sounds we are all missing. But there are others we don't have to. Is Carlsberg Pilsner the best beer to enjoy while watching the match at home? Probably. Carlsberg Pilsner, probably the best beer in the world. Enjoy Carlsberg sensibly. Visit drinkaware.ie.
Grant has been providing reliable, efficient and affordable home heating technology for over 40 years. From the award-winning Grant Vortex condensing oil boiler to the highly efficient Arona heat pump, you can trust Grant to heat your home. Think heating, think Grant. Visit grant.eu.
Ronaldo and Messi, a rivalry for our times. But like everyone striving to be best in their field, they need each other. They drive each other on. Like me and Mick, the other voiceover guy. Right, Mick?
Toothpaste. It's paste for your teeth.
Ah, he's so annoying. Well, something that is unrivaled is Paddy Power's offer of a free bet if one leg of your 4+ Fold ACCA lets you down.
Paddy Power.
Stay in your lane, Mick. Max free bet €10. Min odds 1 to 5 on each leg. Online exclusive. Excludes enhanced match odds. T's and C's apply. 18+. Need help? Visit gamblingcare.ie.
You are listening to TalkSport's coverage of Arsenal against Manchester United from Emirates Stadium. I'm your host Tom Rennie. Alongside me for this one, the former Manchester United and England fullback Paul Parker. This is Premier League Live. Arsenal have won 4 of their past 6 games in the Premier League as they've surged up the table since Christmas Day when they sat in 15th position, just 4 points above the bottom 3. That resurgence has been built on dramatic improvement at both ends. The Gunners have scored 14 goals in their 6-match unbeaten run, while at the back they have clean sheets in 4 of their last 5. As for Manchester United, their 13-game unbeaten run came to an end against Sheffield United in midweek, but that, like all their losses this season, came at Old Trafford. Away from home, they're unbeaten in 17, winning 7 on the road when conceding first. Avoid defeat here, and they'll break a club record set in 1999 for avoiding defeat in road games. It might not be the halcyon days of Arsenal against United. Even Arsene Wenger and Alex Ferguson are friends these days, but it won't take much to get the old fires burning again. This is still a match both teams do not want to lose. To the team news, starting with the home side, Arsenal. They make one change from their last game, enforced. Saka is injured, he doesn't make the squad today, so Gabriel Martinelli comes in. But Leno in goal, back 4, left to right of Cedric, Rob Holding, David Luiz and Hector Bellerin. 2 hold, Granit Xhaka, Thomas Partey, Nicola Pepe, Emile Smith-Rowe, and Gabriel Martinelli left to right are behind Alexandre Lacazette, who is up front. On the bench, it's Runar Alex Runarsson, Gabriel, Martin Ødegaard, who will look to make his debut today, Willian, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Callum Chambers, Mohamed El Neni, Joe Willock and Eddie Nketiah. Tierney not in the squad, Aubameyang not in the squad. As for Manchester United, 5 changes from midweek. Martial, Tuanzebe, Matic, Tellez and Greenwood all drop out. Here's the starting on the bench. Michael Oliver is our referee. Rob Jones, the 4th official, keeping the bosses apart. And Paul Tierney is the dreaded VAR. And we are underway in the rain in North London, with United coming forward down the left-hand side. Black shirts, black shorts and white socks with white numbering and trim. They kick left to right as we look in this first period. Arsenal the other way, right to left, and they are wearing their home strip. Red shirts, white sleeves, white shorts and red socks. Paul Parker is with me already. Paul, United on the front foot here.
Yeah, they've definitely pushed on. It'll be interesting how they carry on the game, but the one thing I'm sure they don't want to do, they don't want to concede first and believe that they can always get themselves back into it.
Paul here with Manchester United down the left-hand side. Luke Shaw back in the side this evening. Alex Tellez was the man playing in midweek. Struggled, I thought, against Sheffield United. Baldock ran him ragged for long periods of the game. 90 seconds gone here. Ball is with Arsenal on the edge of their own penalty area with David Luiz. Ball forward by Cedric, trying to find Scott McTominay. Trying to find a teammate. It did find Scott McTominay. And Man United back in possession again. Here's Aaron Wan-Bissaka playing the ball back towards Harry Maguire. An ever present for Manchester United. Finds a pass left to Luke Shaw. Shaw edging towards the halfway line. Being held up well on that far side by Pepe and Smith Rowe and Lacazette, who tonight makes his 50th Premier League start at Emirates Stadium. Who's been in fine form again in recent weeks, Alexandre Lacazette. Now you will find he'll be in good form and then suddenly back down the bench for a few games. It has rather been the way of it for Lacazette at Arsenal. 2.5 minutes gone. It's Man United with the ball midway inside their own half with Fred. Ian McTominay back in the central midfield again this evening. Forward down the left channel to Luke Shaw. Pepe holds him up midway inside Arsenal territory. Finds the ball behind him to Paul Pogba. Pogba right-footed, cross-field. In towards Wan-Bissaka. Short sleeves and gloves. Coming in field, ball at feet. Back to McTominay, down the line to Rashford. Rashford has Martinelli in front of him and Cedric, but he finds a pass down the line to Wan-Bissaka. Good ball in, away by Partey. Martinelli wins the second ball. Referee says foul there by Aaron Wan-Bissaka. High boot, says Michael Oliver.
Oh, that's a strange decision, that one is really. It wasn't it was two people going for the ball, and to be honest, I didn't see a complaint from the United player about it. He just put his head there. He put his head down more than anything.
It has been given by Michael Oliver. It's a free kick to Arsenal on the edge of their own penalty area, which they've taken short, as is the way of Arsenal. Hasn't changed that much from the days of Unai Emery. Back to Bernd Leno, the goalkeeper, decked out all in salmon pink, away to our left. Finds a ball forward here. Won back well by Scott McTominay. I do feel, Paul, that McTominay and Fred have a very good balance in the central midfield for Manchester United.
The only thing that worries me about it is quite negative in a way, because neither of them are creative.
They'll be hoping Bruno Fernandes, Paul Pogba and Rashford can provide it. They've lost the ball here, Man United. Cedric over the halfway line, left-hand side. Forward to Martinelli. Cedric continues to overlap. Here he is now, left-footed cross, deep ball. Lacazette flicks on. Pogba flicks away. Bellerin will recover over on that far side for Arsenal. 4.5 minutes gone here. Goalless at Emirates Stadium. David Luiz. You can always tell how windy it is in a game when David Luiz is playing. Looks like it is pretty blustery left to right in this match so far. Forward ball here to Smith Rowe, cleared away by Maguire. Picked up by David Luiz on the halfway line. Left to Cedric. What do you think, Paul?
Well, I just think that we've seen it already when United had the ball. Arsenal dropped very deep and were content to let them have it rather than really go and press high, because they didn't want to be picked off. And very similar with now Arsenal got it. Man United are doing something very, very similar as well.
Over on the left-hand side, Cedric picks it up. Back towards Xhaka, Rashford pressing, Fernandes pressing. He'll find the ball back under pressure to Bernd Leno, who's found himself in a good vein of form. Bernd Leno. There have been questions about whether they kept the right goalkeeper, Arsenal, but his form has certainly improved in recent weeks as those clean sheets have been stacking up. Here's Pepe over on the far side into Smith Rowe. Back to Pepe again. Left-footed cross controlled by Lacazette. In the area. Back to goal. Cuts it back. Blocked by Lindelof. Breaks to Paul Pogba. And it can be cleared upfield by Shaw. Here's a ball forward. For Manchester United. And Rashford's gone down here. He seems to have some sort of problem.
No, it's just more than anything. Xhaka read what he was going to do, and he's ran into his arm as he's gone to sprint, Xhaka, and Rashford has ran into his hand and he's gone down far too easy. It was just a little touch, that's all it was.
Well, he's swinging his arms around, isn't he, Cedric, to be fair, and
Xhaka as well.
Excuse me, Xhaka there, as Rashford was pressing him.
But you have to do that. The moment that change of direction, your arms come up and you move, so you can't keep always believing it's all people, it's deliberate or it's meant, because you have to move your arms when you jump, and when you run, it's that initial start off the spot, change of direction, it will cause that.
Forward ball here towards Lacazette, picked up by Wan-Bissaka. Rashford down the right-hand side, run up against Cedric, running up against Gabriel Martinelli, finds a pass back to Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka in towards Bruno Fernandes, who we've not seen a great deal of in this game so far, but you never do until he scores or sets someone up. Diagonal cross comes in, cleared by Holding. Pogba battling for a loose ball in the penalty area. Pepe will clear it under some pressure. Up towards the centre circle, and Victor Lindelof who wins the aerial challenge. McTominay brings Manchester United forward. Down the right-hand side comes Rashford. Rashford held up by Martinelli, goes back to Scott McTominay. McTominay will find a ball right to Rashford. Martinelli closing him down again. Martinelli usually a central forward when I've seen him, but the young players tend to get shunted around the field by Mikel Arteta. Luke Shaw's cross from the left. Fernandes is in there. Cedric eases him off the ball. He wants a penalty there. Does Bruno Fernandes? Of course he does. Nothing really in that, I don't think, from Cedric. Ball goes out of play for a goal kick.
He just sees the run a little bit too late, Cedric, but he still gets her enough to get his body there to make it difficult. And the reason why is, I mean, someone brushes past you like that in the street, you don't fall over, do you, generally?
I don't go that close to people in the street anymore, to be honest.
That's a good point.
For obvious reasons. Because I stink. 8 minutes gone here. Arsenal 0. You don't go out, do you? Arsenal 0, Manchester United 0 on Premier League Live. Tom Rennie and Paul Parker with you here at Emirates Stadium. Stay with us later. Southampton, Aston Villa to come. Alex Crook and Paul Mortimer, your commentary team for that one. High clearance from Leno is won by Maguire. Picked up here by Fred, who battles Lacazette for the loose ball. Been won by Scott McTominay. McTominay left to Shaw. Pepe chasing him down. Back to Maguire. Under pressure here from Pepe. He's done well, Maguire. Finds a forward pass to Shaw. In tight quarters there, Maguire. He's done really well to turn away from that challenge. United still got it in their own half. High press from Arsenal. Crossfield from McTominay. Just inside his own area. Finds Aaron Wan-Bissaka in space. Forward to Bruno Fernandes. Up over the halfway line. On towards Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Fernandes wants it to feet. Cedric read it. Cedric can bring Arsenal away. Up towards Lacazette, who's got his back to goal. Midway inside his own half. Martinelli forced all the way back towards the penalty area down the defensive left-hand side for Arsenal by good pressing by Manchester United. 10 minutes gone here. No real goal-mouth action to tell you about thus far. Ball is with Cedric, who picks it up over on this near side. Challenged by Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Ball goes out of play for a throw-in on this left-hand side. 10 minutes gone here at Emirates Stadium. is still 0-0 between Arsenal and Manchester United. Who's at the better of it so far, Paul?
I don't think anybody at this moment in time. They're getting the ball, and they're all doing. Both teams are doing very similar things, really. Just a bit of pressing. They'll either press high or they'll drop off, and then they'll wait for something that's to trigger. Then they go again, and you know we know that for the fact. Really, no, the goalkeepers haven't anything to do. All they're doing is just twisting their necks around, just checking where the ball's going to go. They're not having to really make any judgment calls at the moment, the goalkeepers.
Arsenal trying to put that right here with Cedric. Passes left to Martinelli. New left-hand side here for Arsenal.
No.
Tries to take on Wan-Bissaka on the outside, and Wan-Bissaka didn't even need to put in one of his trademark challenges there to stop him. Breaks back to David Luiz, who tries an effort from a long way out. And it goes a long way wide.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was poor. He wasn't set to do that. He miscontrolled it. In the end, he takes a shot rather than keeping possession. But I think Martinelli, we're seeing already. He's not comfortable on that left side when he was running at Wan-Bissaka. But the thing about it as well, the way he's running it, I mean, he's not going to beat Wan-Bissaka like that. There's no way. Wan-Bissaka's going to look after him all day long if that's how Martinelli's going to play. He's got to work him without the ball and try and run him behind him rather than trying to take him on one against one like that. Especially with not a big area to run into either.
Missed such a long spell with that injury. Gabriel Martinelli, still just 19 years of old. He has played in 4 of the last 7 Premier League matches. This is his 3rd start in that run, but I think it's fair to say he's not a conventional winger. Maybe Marcus Rashford isn't either. He's found over the top here on the right-hand side.
Now, that was a strange thing, Tom, because the linesman flagged straight away and the referee blew. They didn't let it run on. There's been other times when it runs on.
See, that is the thing, isn't it? I know whenever this gets talked about here on Premier League Live, people get in touch and say, oh, well, why won't the commentators let it go? It's because it happens one minute and doesn't happen the next minute. And you expect it to always happen so you can, get your bearings with these things. And if we don't get it, the players don't get it, and that's how you get goals like that Man City goal last week. Cedric and Bruno Fernandes again in a physical confrontation here. Cedric has swung his arm up in the air to try and win a header, and in fact Michael Oliver's going to book Cedric here. Fernandes gets back up again to tell Cedric exactly what he thinks of that challenge. He's certainly leading with the arm, but
he definitely did.
Is that dangerous?
Well, I don't know if it's dangerous, but his arm was out. It just didn't look right with the way he went up. The arm went up, it didn't look right at all, and that's Cedric against his fellow countryman as well.
Yeah. Cedric is going to get yellow carded here.
I don't know we don't know about intent, but just the way the arm went up. Yeah, he's moved the arm in towards it. I would have to say that's a yellow card all day long. Just the way he throws his arm up and pushes it across. Yes.
Well, it's the second time that Cedric and Bruno Fernandes have been involved in such a confrontation. He didn't like that, did he? Bruno Fernandes got up and shoved Cedric in the shoulder. He has been yellow carded. Has Cedric, who has now started 3 in a row in the Premier League. First run of successive starts for Arsenal. That surprise transfer he made in June after a even more surprising loan move in the January. Down the line from Rashford here for Manchester United into Cavani. First time to Rashford, challenged by Holding, who goes to ground. Strong challenge, as he looked like he may well have been through there, but that's some nice interplay from Manchester United down the right-hand side.
Yeah, first real passage of play we saw, but he went to ground there, Rob Holding, so I don't think he could afford to go another yard or two on his feet, because I think Rashford would have ran away from him, so he just made a decision to get the ball out of play as quick as possible.
Throw in by Wan-Bissaka into Bruno Fernandes, challenged by Smith Rowe. Fernandes goes to ground here. He wants a free kick. He always wants a free kick, doesn't he?
He does.
Bruno Fernandes doesn't get one this time.
No, he's miskicked the ball there, right? I mean, I just think it's more for embarrassment more than anything, really, because it definitely wasn't a foul.
But if you lose the ball, go to ground and ask. Why not these days? You never know. Throw in taken by Arsenal. Bruno Fernandes, who's getting involved in everything here, has left one in on Granit Xhaka.
What's he gone down for, Xhaka?
No yellow card for Bruno Fernandes for that challenge. But certainly it's one of those times where I think the referee is just looking at Bruno Fernandes right now, as we all are. He doesn't seem to be fully in control of his emotions out there following that challenge a few moments ago. And in fact, we're being told there is a check going on right now from VAR on that Bruno Fernandes challenge for potentially dangerous play, but it's now complete and there is no further punishment. No punishment at all for Bruno Fernandes, not even a yellow there.
It was quite high, wasn't he? Because he actually hit him in the calf. He's actually put his left leg down the back of his left calf. So
well, that's a raking studs challenge, isn't it?
It should have been a yellow card. Should have been.
Wasn't given. I'll double check that with our team here. Yeah, there's no yellow card at all for Cedric and for Fernandes, who's still wound up after the challenge from Cedric. We play on with Thomas Partey on the ball for Arsenal midway inside their half. Back to Luis, onto Cedric, right-footed upfield, spins it forward. Good challenge by Victor Lindelof. Then Xhaka beats McTominay to the second ball, goes into touch. He's got his critics, Victor Lindelof, and some of that is understandable, but he certainly is a step up from Axel Tuanzebe in that position.
I think this Axel just had a moment. He's just come in again. He's got to try and prove a point. One off.
Arsenal have won the ball back here, and Lacazette will drive from distance. Well, there was a massive gaping hole in front of the United defence there, but Arsenal just walked through it with Lacazette. His drive, though, maybe he took the shot too early, certainly fired it too close to David De Gea.
I was going to say that, Tom. I think he took it too early. There's players either side of him as well, and he should have gone for the heart of it, really, and see if he could have forced movement from the back line to push someone in, or at least make his chance of scoring easier because he's closer to goal.
First sighting of goal for Alexandre Lacazette today. He'll be hoping not the last. Been getting a bit of a run up front at the moment. Lacazette, he's tried several combinations of attacking trios and pairs as Mikel Arteta. At the moment, it's Lacazette, the man with the trust of the manager. Ball with Manchester United in their own half. Forwards McTominay over the halfway line into Bruno Fernandes, back to goal. Gets away from Xhaka, but he's ambling back towards the halfway line as opposed to starting an attack here. Here's Wan-Bissaka. Awful pass crossfield straight to Lacazette, who says thank you very much and can get Arsenal moving forward again. Done really well to hold it up. Lacazette finds a pass back to Xhaka. Smith Rowe's ball is short. One back well by Wan-Bissaka. Lovely nutmeg there on Xhaka by Rashford. And now Rashford's running. He's in the area, Rashford. Onto Fernandes. Tries a 1-2. Partey intercepts. And the chance is gone.
Oh, the chance went begging there, by the way. Marcus Rashford, sometimes his decision-making is quite poor. Should have driven at goal. And in the end, he handballs. And by the time he decides to give it, it was all closed up. David Luiz, dare I say it, defended quite well there, by the way. He held his ground, didn't dive in, and he forced Rashford to make the pass towards the near post. Shoot! He was one of them, shoot or make the pass, and he made the pass, and it was the wrong decision.
Good work by Thomas Partey as well, back defending for his side. Injury hit first season at Emirates Stadium for Thomas Partey. This is just his 7th start this campaign, 2 sub-appearances in there as well. Here's Wan-Bissaka down the right-hand side for United. Back to Bruno Fernandes, right-footed cross. Luis away, picked up by Smith Rowe. Short back to Thomas Partey. Can he start the attack as well as he's kept his side from conceding? No, he can't. He's run straight into Fred, who's tackled him. And Pogba's forward here. Dummies to shoot. Looks left instead to Cavani. Shouts of offside. Cavani carries on. Chips towards Bruno Fernandes. Headed back to Fred here. Out of his body to Wan-Bissaka. Right-footed cross. No one's in there. Fired into a space. Luis away. Almost seems like everyone's playing in second gear at the moment for both sides.
I was going to say everything seems quite lethargic, Tom, to be honest, but you're right, everything seems in second gear. No one's really driving at anybody, and seeing Wan-Bissaka there, he's over-exaggerated trying to do the cross, and it was a poor cross, but it was a poor decision to cross as well, because they had one player in there and there was 5 Arsenal players around him, so he should have kept possession there, Wan-Bissaka.
Here's a corner for Manchester United on the right-hand side, first corner of the match. 20 minutes gone, goalless at Emirates Stadium. Tom Rennie and Paul Parker with you here on Premier League Live. Maguire scored a great header against Sheffield United. Won't score this time. Cleared by Holding, picked up by Fred. Oh, that's not too far away. That's not too far away at all. He's picked it up on the edge, volleyed towards goal with the instep, and I think Leno's made the save here to tip it wide.
Yes, he did, with his left hand as well. Looks like it was going in. Rather than go for power, he's just gone for placement, and tells you before, because when Ollie started playing him, he was still very anxious and he was snatching at everything. Now he's added composure to his game.
Corner on the ground, back to Bruno Fernandes. Maguire wins the header at the back post, but falls to the thigh of Smith Rowe. Arsenal clear. In fact, they can break up to Pepe. First time back nicely to Smith Rowe. Return to Pepe, but not a good ball by Emile Smith Rowe, as Pepe had already run some 40-50 yards there at full pace. To be fair, the ball was nowhere near him, even if he had fresh legs. Here's Smith Rowe. He's won it again for Arsenal, though, and he finds Pepe on the far side, right-hand side. Into Bellerin, back to Thomas Partey.
That was the first bit of work the goalkeeper had to do, wasn't it, Tom? There's been nothing else, has there?
Very good save, though, from Bernd Leno. At the other end, here's Pepe. Lovely bit of skill. Crosses to himself, then right-footed. Doesn't usually use the right foot, Nicola Pepe, and maybe with that cross-come shot, we see why. It's a long way wide from the right.
Yeah, it was quite poor. Good play between him and Smith Rowe. Good 1-2. Smith Rowe's, every time he's got in and around that area, he's been very neat and tidy, and their best moves are bouncing off of him as well. Pepe in the end gets the ball at the angle of the 6-yard box. Should have gone across the goal, look across the 6-yard box rather than trying to shoot, especially with that weaker foot.
7 starts in a row now for Emile Smith Rowe in that number 10 position. Excelled against West Bromwich Albion in that game, though tougher opponents tonight. The ball is clipped forward towards Cavani here. Holding gets across. Holding will get there first. Knocks it into touch, but it will go for another corner.
Yeah, he done well to read that one. He had to read it early against Cavani because he would have ran away from him. But then as well, he gets to it and he kicks it out. He should have gone out for a throw-in.
Before the corner here, there's an issue here for Scott McTominay, who's maybe changing his boots. I'm not sure here.
He's gone to the physio.
Maybe getting some paracetamol or something like that.
He held his stomach. Seems like he's not right, maybe stomach-wise.
Well, he's having a couple of tablets, whatever they are for, and he is back on again, Scott McTominay. 4 goals this season.
There's a size difference, isn't there, between them and those Arsenal players?
Maguire, Pogba, McTominay now in the penalty area. It's away by Holding. Pepe heads further away. He's headed well out towards the corner flag where Smith Rowe is running. It's a really smart header there from Nicola Pepe. Someone have just blasted it upfield. Back to Smith Rowe, then looks to Partey. No choice but to spin it forward. Lacazette was up there. Maguire gets there first. Breaks to Partey. Turn of pace. Breaks through the lines here. Thomas Partey still going, approaching the final third. What's he going to do? He's going to shoot. Oh, he's going to shoot well wide. Really good carry though by Thomas Partey. That burst of pace, no one could catch him. 3 runners, Paul. That wasn't the right option there.
No, it wasn't in the end, but just poor again, United. No one's gone down. No one's actually gone towards him and trying to slow his run down. But he's allowed him to shoot. Any player who, in that area there, if that had been Fernandes, he would have hit the target. It would have been a decent strike. Lucky enough, Thomas Partey is not known for his goal scoring. But that was poor by United. They allowed Arsenal to break the lines, and then he had 2 players either side, and as you said, Tom, he's made the wrong decision.
Yeah, just 16 goals during his time at Atletico Madrid. Thomas Partey, nearly 200 appearances for the club, so the stats well back up Paul's observation. Not known for his goal scoring, but maybe when it just opens up like that for you, you are allowed a couple of pot shots at goal. There he is now finding a pass. Partey right to Bellerin, approaching the penalty area. He takes a shot this time, blocked by Fred, and a play for an Arsenal corner over on the left, their first of the match.
Yeah, there's a little bit more pressure from Arsenal now. At the moment, the game's a bit seesawish. There's nothing really 100%. There's no team on top at the moment. They're both still really feeling each other out. A bit tentative, I think, both sides. Neither side really wants to lose. Arsenal on a good run at the moment in the Premier League, while United are still smarting from the Sheffield United defeat and do not want to follow it with another one.
Corner over on the attacking right-hand side for Arsenal, which Pepe is over. Does have a sweet left boot when the ball's not rolling. Nicola Pepe. 4 around the penalty spot. Lacazette in the 6-yard box. Several on the edge of the area there, hoping it will drop to them. Pepe's delivery, left-footed, flicked on by Xhaka, on target. No real power on it. De Gea was standing there too, and so that comes to an end.
Yeah, I mean, it was a free header by Xhaka as well, at the front of the 6-yard box as well. It was an easy one into the arms of David De Gea, but still, it's too easy. Should have been more difficult, should have had to work hard.
Shaw down the left-hand side, over the halfway, driving forward. Shaw looks for, well, either Rashford or Fernandes. Could have been either who went for it, neither did. They could bring it away here. Arsenal, pass back to Leno, left to Cedric. Played much of his career on the other side at right full-back, but at the moment has that left-back role. So many have played there this season for Arsenal when Tierney's been out. Maitland-Niles has done it, Saka's done it. Cedric probably the best of those backups in that position. Kieran Tierney missing another game this evening through continual poor fitness. Here's Pepe bouncing between two United players, going to ground and winning a free kick here on the corner of the penalty area.
It was definitely a free kick. He's done really well there. He's worked it and he's stepped inside, left Luke Shaw, and Luke Shaw's trying to put his arm across him. It's poor defending by Luke Shaw. I don't know why he's asking the referee what's that for, because he nearly put on the red shirt. It was that close to him and trying to pull it off of him.
Has his arm across him. He has his leg tripping him over.
Yep.
Could be a couple of fouls there.
And he's asking why.
I suppose you just have to, don't you? It's the way it is for some reason. It's about 10-12 yards away from the attacking right corner of the penalty area. Cedric's over it, he delivers it. Luis at the back post is there. Heads it across the penalty area. And it's Luke Shaw who brings it down on the thigh and then clears into touch.
That's poor by Wan-Bissaka. Really poor defending by him. David Luiz has peeled off at the edge of the box, but at the back of it, and he's peeled off away, trying to go in behind the far post, and he does a full circle, Wan-Bissaka. Instead of just opening his body out so we can see him, he totally loses him, and he gets it across the box, but there's no... it bypasses Arsenal players. Maybe they weren't alive like the Manchester United defence at that moment in time.
Martinelli from the left-hand side comes infield. It's a lovely ball too towards Lacazette. Beautiful from left to right. Martinelli ran, jinked away from a couple of challenges, right-footed spinning cross. Lacazette just wasn't alert enough to it.
Yeah, we just seen the first thing about Martinelli there. He steps inside and he's gone inside of Wan-Bissaka rather than trying to beat him on the outside, because he just really hasn't got the pace. And then he's knocked a ball inside of Harry Maguire, who's claiming offside. It was just a lovely ball, and Lacazette maybe just slightly maybe should have gone a fraction earlier. He was onside.
Brilliant chance there created by Gabriel Martinelli, playing against Manchester United for the first time in his career. Wan-Bissaka down the right, will find Scott McTominay behind him. Still out there, Scott McTominay seems to be moving all right, so hopefully those tablets have done the trick. Here's Wan-Bissaka down the side to Rashford, approaching the final third from the right. Manchester United into McTominay. He'll find Fred, turns in field, left-footed ball forward. Pogba flicks on, holding away. Ball's in the air. Good win, Wan-Bissaka breaks to Bruno Fernandes into Pogba. Back to goal on the edge, turns left, lovely turn too. Right-footed cross, Rashford is there. Oh, it's brilliant defending from Gabriel Martinelli, running into his own penalty area, diving header, gets the ball away.
It was wonderful defending. I mean, you're looking for him to be making and scoring goals, Martinelli, but there's nothing better than seeing a player with the desire to get back like that. And ironically, he's one of the young lads as well. They're the reasons why Arteta wants to stick by him, because he can trust them. I don't know what he was doing, Cedric, but Cedric really got caught ball watching. He overloaded. He must have been man marking David Luiz there. He was that central.
Another corner here for Manchester United from the attacking right-hand side. Whipped in. Again, it's Holding away. He's been a magnet for those so far, Rob Holding. It's a really good header too, up towards the halfway line, where Fernandes will pick it up and knock it all the way back some 40 yards on the ground to David De Gea, decked out all in yellow away to our left. High ball over the top, back to Bruno Fernandes, who's end line side of Cedric. Cross comes in, blocked by Cedric, who wins the second ball too. Pokes to Partey. He can bring it Arsenal forward. Good pressure from Fernandes, but Cedric, well, he's done well to help him out, but then his pass was poor, intercepted by Rashford, breaks to Pogba onto Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes, right hand side, right footed cross towards the near It's away by David Luiz. Smith Rowe can bring Arsenal away. Beautiful touch to take him away from Fred. Turn of pace 2. Onto Pepe. Goal side of Shaw. Right hand side. Approaching the area. Multiple step overs. And the shot! Oh, it's not too far away from Nicola Pepe. Shaw couldn't cope with the dancing feet. Shot though was off target.
Yeah, he couldn't deal with the pace as well. He's made that run from his own half as well, Pepe. Luke Shaw was struggling. He looked for Maguire to help him out. Pepe does the dancing feet, steps inside and tries to curl it to the right hand side of David De Gea, and he just misses the target by maybe about a foot, I think, in the end. But it was from Pepe. It's very good. He's had a half-decent first half. He's definitely been a good attacking outlet for Arsenal. Him and Smith Rowe on that right-hand side.
It's about as good as I've seen Nicola Pepe in an Arsenal shirt. Underwhelming big money signing to this point. Has flashes tonight, though. The effort is there. Needs to add the quality. Will be a victim of the fact that he was such a big money signing.
I think you're right there, Tom.
If he'd come in for £5 million, I think we'd think, yeah, he's all right. 70+ million over a period of years. They're paying for it. You do want more for that money if you're a club record signing at a club like Arsenal. 32 minutes on the clock. Arsenal 0, Manchester United 0 on Premier League Live. Elsewhere today, a bunch of results that have given the table a different complexion. Newcastle 2-0 winners at Everton. Everton were looking to go fourth. Before that one, Crystal Palace beating Wolves. Man City 4 points clear as they beat Sheffield United. A draw that does neither team any good at the Hawthorns. West Brom 2, Fulham 2. Later, Alex Crook is with you alongside Paul Mortimer, the Housewives' favourite, for Southampton up against Aston Villa. Here's Fred, a few yards over the halfway line, fired into the feet of Rashford. 1-2 with Bruno Fernandes. Back to Rashford, who takes the volley at goal. Early snapshot trying to catch Leno, but not a great effort, a few yards wide.
Yeah, Fred pinged it into him, not even on the floor. It just bounced in front of him. He's done well, Marcus Rashford, to control it and turn, but it was a bit ambitious with the shot. It goes in, we say great, but it goes wide and you say, why have you done that? Should have tried to keep possession. Your body wasn't prepared to take that shot on. Just seen Scott McTominay again. He's grimacing, isn't he?
Good pressure here upfield though for Man United down the left hand side. Cavani takes on Partey. Arsenal looked to play it out from the back, couldn't do so. Giving it away again though, Arsenal to Manchester United. Good pressing again from Solskjaer's side. Pogba on the left, on to Luke Shaw. Left-footed cross, looping towards Wan-Bissaka. Oh, he's got to score. He has to score, at least hit the target from there. 8 yards out, free header. Got the run on Cedric. He's put it wide. Yeah, I'm going to go with the latter on that one, Tommy. He has to hit the target from there to score. If he scores with his head, I would say that would be a great header. But he's headed it all wrong. He's gone for the near post, the most difficult area to hit because it's the smallest area. He has to go across to the keeper's right. At the worst, the keeper then uses his right hand to push it maybe out to Cavani, who may be stealing round the far post. But again, Cedric, he's poor at the far post. He's a ball watcher. Pogba's won the goal kick, pokes it towards Fernandes in the area. Fernandes! Another chance for Manchester United. This time it goes agonisingly wide for Bruno Fernandes. Yeah, it was just Pogba. Pogba makes the initial challenge. He puts it through to Fernandes on the right-hand side of the box. Arsenal are defending. Fernandes is running on his left side and he steps inside Luiz, who couldn't make any kind of challenge because it was in the box, and he hits it on the right foot looking for the keeper's left, and it narrowly misses the top left-hand corner of the Arsenal goal. Someone like Fernandes, what he's been doing, I think he should have scored, Tom. Excellent chance again for Manchester United. 2 in quick succession here. Yet to test the goalkeeper, Bernd Leno. That'll be the big frustration for Bruno Fernandes, for Wan-Bissaka. Missed the chance, sure. Don't score, sure, but hit the target. Make the keeper stop you. Only Fred's effort so far has really tested Bernd Leno. Getting on top here, the away side, as we get to 35 minutes played. Forward by Rashford. Blocked there by Martinelli. Rashford wins the loose ball between the two. And Manchester United can come again. They have 55% possession to this point to Manchester United, and that is increasing by the minute here as they attack the clock end at Emirates Stadium, where the away fans usually sit in that corner. Lindelof right to McTominay. McTominay on the right-hand side. Pressure from Xhaka back towards Fred, whose early chance so nearly gave United the lead. Wan-Bissaka into Rashford, back to goal, 40-odd yards out. On the right, Aaron Wan-Bissaka finds McTominay. Infield to Fred, out of his body from Fred, left-footed crossfield from Fred to find Luke Shaw. Back in the side, replacing Alex Telles, who was one of many poor performers against Sheffield United in midweek for Manchester United. Out right now to Rashford. They continue to try and pick the holes. So Rashford's run into Martinelli, and Arsenal can look to break here. Partey left to Smith Rowe, and that was far, far too heavy from Thomas Partey. The pass, in fact, has gone straight to Mikel Arteta on the edge of the technical area, and nowhere near the two running Arsenal players.
Yeah, it was poor by him. He very rarely gives the ball away as well. That's maybe the reason why Arteta has kept calm, because he was just shocked by it.
Paul, you mentioned it earlier on. Scott McTominay has got some problems here, and he's going to have to come off. It looks like it is some sort of stomach issue for Scott McTominay. He's gone to ground. Whatever the tablet he took a little while ago, it's not done the job, and he is not going to be able to continue here. Looks like Anthony Martial is getting stripped off and ready to come on. Yeah, will require a bit of a change in the way they are playing.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a stomach problem or is it a rib problem. But while that passage of play was going on, yeah, I've just seen by his reaction now, I think he's feeling sick. But as they kept giving the ball to him in a short space of time, and every time he passed it, you could see him bend over and lean forward. He was in absolute bits, and they kept giving him the ball all the time. He didn't want it. He just wanted the ball to play to stop, to get off. He's a little bit upset as well. We can see it in him. He must be in a lot of pain.
Well, if you're not feeling well enough, there's nothing you can do, is there, really?
Yeah.
You can't certainly run around at full pelt for another 50, 60 minutes or so against Arsenal in a Premier League match. Martial is on, singled out by supporters as maybe United's worst performer in a crowded field against Sheffield United in midweek. So a big few minutes here for him to come on and have an impact.
Yeah, I would like to have seen him put Van der Beek on, really, to play in there. Maybe just go with the one, what you call 100% holding player in Fred. Van der Beek gets about, he's industrious. There was an opportunity, but he's gone with Martial, so Pogba will drop in there now.
He's the Premier League's second most used substitute, Donny Van der Beek, but not as yet. Just the 2 starts this season, a poor return for the man signed from Ajax during the summer transfer window. Martial's gone over on the left-hand side. Looks like Pogba's dropped deeper alongside Fred. That's the tactical switch that they've had to do there. As you say, Paul, I think many people listening would have thought that Donny Van der Beek would have come on. It does go to show that Solskjaer doesn't have the trust in Donny Van der Beek at this point in his United career.
I think you need a run of games to gain that, really, for yourself and confidence-wise, and he hasn't gone with him. I mean, it took Fred a while. Fred had a long period out, so every time he come in and played, he felt he had to do something outstanding. That's why he was taking a little bit of stick all the time from fans, because he was trying too hard, too anxious. Now Fred's comfortable, and people can't stop saying good things about him. I think Van der Beek just needs a run of games.
Well, he isn't going to get one, seem anytime soon. He's not going to get some minutes, at least in this first half. Injury in midfield, and they've rejigged the side as opposed to bring him on. Here is Rashford over on the right for United, approaching 40 minutes played, goalless at Emirates Stadium. Lacazette pressing Lindelof here, 2 yards outside of his area. Onto Pogba, right-footed, miss-hit, but he has found Cavani in the centre circle. Let off there for Pogba, on towards Martial over on the far side. Into Fred, then Pogba. Still at walking pace are these two teams a lot of this match. What that says, I don't know. Maybe tiredness, maybe, we read too much into how much people run sometimes.
I think it's all about what they actually, it's more about the ball, isn't it? It's what they do with the ball rather than just running. You can run and run and run. If you don't touch the ball, you haven't done a lot.
Here's Rashford for Manchester United, who have had the majority of the ball in the game. better of the chances, I would say, as well, but not done a great deal so far when they've got on the goalkeeper. Oof. Pass out to the far side, and Luke Shaw this time from Pogba goes into touch, and he turns around, gives a rather public grimace at his own misfortune.
No, I think he might have been questioning Luke Shaw there. By the way, he quickly turned around and pulled a face, and it's more like asking what was Luke Shaw doing rather than blaming himself.
Bellerin battling Martial on the far side for the ball. Smith Rowe is there too. Cavani will take over, looks to flick to Martial. Holding doesn't clear it. Martial is pressing, and the referee Michael Oliver on the edge of the area watching the action at close quarters has given another corner the way of Manchester United.
Yeah, that was a right decision, and you could tell that. You could see that by Rob Holden. He put his arm up there hoping he was going to get it, and you could see that he was gutted when it went against him, because he knew he had kind of got that one all wrong and should have cleared it with his left foot, but he wasn't comfortable doing that, so he's tried to play his way out. And at the moment he's hoping it doesn't cost his team a goal.
Corner left hand side, Shaw with it. Maguire wins the header, it's on target. Long way out though from Maguire. It bounced once and bounced straight to Leno.
I really want to see that again, because I just wonder, could Martial have made an effort for that? He just seemed to watch it. No one's really made an effort when he's headed it down. He didn't head it down with great pace, by the way, Maguire. Was there an opportunity for Martial just to get a second touch on that?
Not had a replay as yet, but if we get one, we'll find out. From then, Smith Rowe has given the ball away again for Arsenal. Pogba too good for him in midfield. Right to Wan-Bissaka, back to Bruno Fernandes. Again, Manchester United happy to have it and build an attack slowly. Arsenal happy to let them have it. As they've done this tactic a lot, haven't they, Paul? We mentioned it pre-game. They're very good at playing against the bigger sides because they're happy to play without the ball.
Yeah, that's right. Just at the moment, what they're doing, they're missing Aubameyang, even though he hasn't been at his best so far, I'd say, this season. They miss that pace. He's an outlet once they get that ball, and he can cause problems, and plus as well he's a problem anyway, because it doesn't matter if he's in form or out of form. Defenders are fearful of him.
This is how they played to win the FA Cup, Arsenal, last season.
They've done well. They played it really well in that final, didn't they?
Yeah, no question about that. Semi-final 2 against Man City. Very, very effective at Wembley. Did it here when they beat Liverpool during Project Restart as well. So, you know, they're very good at it, and they get good success with it. At the moment, they are drawing with a side in United, hoping to go 1 point behind the leaders Manchester City, who won earlier today. Currently 4 points off the pace. Pogba right to left. Shaw brings it down. Side of the area. Left-footed cross. Wan-Bissaka is there. Oh, it's a lovely touch by Cedric. Just before Aaron Wan-Bissaka could turn that ball towards goal. Wan-Bissaka's won the ball back again. Very passive there from Arsenal. Fred to Fernandes. Fernandes to Shaw. Shaw's cross. Surely for Rashford.
No.
Maybe. No, he can't find the shot. He can't find the pass. He turns away. Shot Fernandes. Blocked away. And it's a free kick on the edge for United. Foul by Thomas Partey. Paul Pogba. Marcus Rashford just couldn't get the shot away.
Wow. I mean, that's incredible. He's just got to swing it out of his left foot. It was there for him in the end. By the time he's done his drag back, he had 3 Arsenal players around him. And, well, I mean, the referee's given a foul on the edge of the box. Partey's initially was trying to block a shot from Fernandes. He comes across, and he just comes across him as Fernandes takes the shot. He catches him after, and the referee's given a foul.
Yeah, it was a foul, but I think when you've got the shot away, you've had your advantage. But
yeah,
we are where we are, and it's a free kick right on the edge of the penalty area, right of centre from a Manchester United perspective, and they have so many players you feel who could find the back of the net from here. It does need to go up and down.
That's why Marcus Rashford has got to step away.
The old knuckleball shot that worked that one time. Not going to be Rashford this time.
Yeah, I think they've sent them away, haven't they? And even Fred's there.
He's not scored a league goal, Marcus Rashford, since December against Wolves, that late winner which was deflected in, so maybe not the right man to put on these sorts of situations. Bruno Fernandes having a touch of a drought, 4 league appearances without scoring for United's top scorer, who signed a year ago now.
Tom, there's your one there, Bellerin. You're saying the players are not going at it. Bellerin's having to lie down.
Bellerin's being drawn like one of Jack's French girls. Two players over this here. And it's taken by Fernandes, hits the wall, goes over the top. Snap effort by Bruno Fernandes. We were expecting the up and under. It was a whipper in the end. And it's come off the head of David Luiz and gone for another United corner.
Yeah, he was looking at the near post, the keeper's left-hand side, and David Luiz gets his head there. Fortunately for David Luiz, it just about goes over the bar, by the way.
Another corner for Manchester United. Their 6th of the match as 45 minutes are up. And one further will be added on. Ball comes in, but the referee's not happy because Cavani's on the ground for some reason. Looking to add to that ludicrous amount of penalties they've had since the start of last season, maybe. It was Cedric holding him, and to be fair, he's holding him.
Yeah, there's a case for that, by the way.
If that ball wasn't in play before the referee blew the whistle, it could have maybe been a penalty. Ball comes in, Maguire rising again. Martial with the volley, blocked by Smith Rowe. Arsenal wants a break. Fred closes the door. Referee says free kick. And that's a real let-off there for Arsenal, as Fred then whipped a nice ball in the penalty area. And that will surely be the end of the opening 45 minutes of action. Watching a replay of that free kick. Bruno Fernandes aiming for the top corner. Looked like it was flying in, so David Luiz had to stand firm in the wall. And so often we criticise players for sort of jumping out the way, but he did not, and that saved his team a goal. And that means, with the half-time whistle blowing there, we go in to the half-time break with the score at 0-0. United probably the better of the two sides, with the better of the chances. Fred with the pick of the bunch. Brilliant save by Bernd Leno. But at the break, it is Arsenal 0, Manchester United 0. Analysis to follow. You're listening to Premier League Live.
Home with Harvey Norman, the home of the big screen. Feel like you're on the pitch with our stunning range of 4K smart LED and OLED TVs from LG, starting from just $449. Plus, hear every kick, save, tackle, decision with LG's best-in-class soundbars. Get TV ready for all the big games with Harvey Norman. Shop online today or safely in our spacious stores. Harvey Norman, home of the big screen.
Welcome back to Cadbury's Find a Legend, Win a Legend.
What a competition, Ian, and they've just got to pick up a Cadbury pack for the chance to win.
They could score Petr Cech's incredible VIP weekend at Chelsea, or there's Robbie Fowler's luxury Liverpool experience.
Or a VIP match day with me, Gary Neville. Result.
Find a Legend shirt inside your Cadbury pack to win big. Plus thousands more prizes at legends.cadburyfc.com. T's and C's apply.
Get ready and hold on tight, because the Premier League is here! Which teams will stay on track? And who'll go off the rail? Get the Irish Sun for top transfer news, exclusive star interviews and opinions from the biggest names in football. Plus expert analysis of every action-packed match in our fantastic goals pull-out each weekend. Stay up to speed, because you never know what the Premier League is going to throw up. Pick up the Irish Sun today.
Watch the Premier League live with the Now TV Sky Sports or Sports Extra Pass.
What a fantastic goal.
Where you can stream all the action from Sky Sports, BT Sport and Premier Sports, all without a contract.
Oh, what a finish that is.
Only pay for the games that matter to you with a day or month pass. It's your sport on your terms with Now TV.
Ronaldo and Messi, a rivalry for our times. But like everyone striving to be best in their field, they need each other. They drive each other on. Like me and Mick, the other voiceover guy. Right, Mick?
Toothpaste. It's paste for your teeth.
He's so annoying. Well, something that is unrivaled is Paddy Power's offer of a free bet if one leg of your 4+ fold ACCA lets you down.
Paddy Power.
Stay in your lane, Mick. Max free bet €10. Min odds 1 to 5 on each leg. Online exclusive. Excludes enhanced match odds. T's and C's apply. 18+. Need help? Visit gamblingcare.ie.
123inc.ie have your office needs covered. So whether you're an accountant, butcher, carpenter, dentist, electrician, florist, graphic designer, hairdresser, journalist, lecturer, musician, optician, retailer, teacher, solicitor, web designer, or yoga instructor, we've got what you need. And we're cheaper than your current supplier. 123inc.ie. For home, for office, for less.
We're all working more from home these days, and at Harvey Norman, we have the latest range of HP home office technology to ensure you're working smarter with the best products. From HP laptops and desktops with powerful Intel Core processing to HP's massive range of multifunction smart printers. We've also monitors of all sizes and HP home office essentials, including ink, keyboards, paper, and so much more. See harveynorman.ie/HP for our full range of HP home office technology. Available today for home delivery or click and collect.
You're listening to Premier League Live. The big game comes from Emirates Stadium tonight as Arsenal are up against Manchester United. Goalless at half-time. We'll get analysis from the former United fullback and Premier League winner Paul Parker shortly. But I'm Tom Rennie with you here on Premier League Live. This is just one of 6 games in English football's top tier today. We've got Southampton-Aston Villa later with Alex Crook and Paul Mortimer. Earlier today there was a whole raft of games. We began with a massive win for Newcastle United. They won 2-0 at Everton. Their boss Steve Bruce has been under real pressure from Newcastle fans, certainly online and within the media in the last few weeks for their tail off in form. Huge win for them. Callum Wilson scored twice. Let's hear from Steve Bruce.
Well, we've had a pretty dismal few weeks. Awful Christmas and a tough beginning to the new year with one thing and another. So our performance, firstly, and the way we went about it, secondly, was really pleasing. I thought we were deservedly winners, and it can only give us a little bit of confidence going forward.
Yeah, he said they were braver today, Steve Bruce, and having listened to that game earlier on with John Anderson and Courtney Sweetman-Kirk, I tend to agree. They got on the front foot, they took their chances. Certainly helps when Alan Saul-Maximan is back, where he hasn't been in the squad for a few weeks, recovering from COVID-19. So for Newcastle, it was a very, very good day. For Everton, if they had won that game against Newcastle, they would have gone up the table into 5th position above West Ham and just behind their City rivals Liverpool, who sit 4th. Let's hear from their manager, Carlo Ancelotti.
We gave to them a lot of corners, we gave to them a lot of throw-in, we lost a lot of second balls. This is the game, the game, and we have to be there. Unfortunately, the spirit was not good today, and that was the reason.
Also today in the Premier League, good win for Manchester City. They are 4 points clear as things stand of Manchester United with their 1-0 victory over Sheffield United. 1-0 at Selhurst Park. Crystal Palace beating Wolverhampton Wanderers. Massive game down the bottom today for West Brom and Fulham, where a draw would not have suited either side. It finished, you guessed it, as a draw, 2-2. Let's hear from the never relegated so far, Sam Allardyce.
I have to say we should not let a goal in like that. I mean, leaving a man in the box all on his own with nobody marking him in such a crucial game, in such a crucial position is a massive frailty of the defensive unit at this club. So I have to keep working on that and keep reminding them because that's a costly loss of 2 points today.
Yeah, 1-0 they trailed, 2-1 they led, 2-2 it finished. It leaves West Brom in 19th position, 12 points. Fulham in 18th on 14, 4 behind Brighton, who are just outside the bottom 3 right now. They are up against Tottenham Hotspur tomorrow. Back here at Emirates Stadium, goalless at half-time between Arsenal and Manchester United. Let's get the best of the first half action. On to Pepe, goal side of Shaw, right-hand side. Approaching the area, multiple step-overs, and the shot! Oh, it's not too far away from Nicola Pepe. Shaw couldn't cope with the dancing feet. Shot, though, was off target.
Pepe does the dancing feet, steps inside and tries to curl it to the right-hand side of David De Gea, and he just misses the target by maybe about a foot, I think, in the end.
Pogba on the left, on to Luke Shaw. Left-footed cross, looping towards Wan-Bissaka! Oh, he's got to score. He has to score, at least hit the target from there. 8 yards out, free header, got the run on Cedric. He's put it wide.
He has to hit the target from there to score. If he scores with his head, I would say that would be a great header. But he's headed it all wrong. He's gone for the near post, the most difficult area to hit because it's the smallest area. He has to go across to the keeper's right.
Pogba's won the goal kick, pokes it towards Fernandes in the area. Fernandes! Another chance for Manchester United, this time It goes agonisingly wide for Bruno Fernandes. Fred to Fernandes. Fernandes to Shaw. Shaw's cross. Surely for Rashford. No. Maybe. No, he can't find the shot. He can't find the pass. He turns away. Shot Fernandes. Blocked away. I still can't believe he hasn't shot, to be honest. Listening to that back again, I still can't believe that the keeper didn't even have to make a save in that period of play. Paul Parker is with me, former United fullback, and these days he's all over the Premier League. What game isn't he at these days? The hardest working man in showbiz. Paul, United were pretty decent in that first half, but they're not winning. Why?
Because they haven't really been clinical when they've had the opportunity, and they've been making the wrong decisions when they get in that position to shoot or to pass, and generally it's about a pass. The pass is the one. Rashford on 2 occasions, the pass was on and he didn't take the pass. I mean, he's running into blind alleys, trying to take 3-4 on, so they've been quite poor, not as good as they have been in that final third. Arsenal have had patches, but defensively they look weak on their left side. I'd consider bringing on Maitland-Niles just to add a bit of pace on that left-hand side. At the moment, Cedric is really struggling in his defensive positions, and for the fact when he goes one against Marcus Rashford, I can only see one winner there, and it isn't going to be Cedric.
You knew Arsenal were going to play like this. I mean, you know, in big games they have done it over and over again. You hope that they'll be on the front foot, but that Arsenal side is not Arteta's Arsenal side. They look to absorb and hit you on the break, so they've got to do breaks better, right? So far they haven't really done a great deal. I think Nicola Pepe's multiple step over and shots, probably the best of it.
Yeah, they haven't done it, and to be honest, they are missing that little bit of energy when they do counter-attack. They haven't got a great pace. Aubameyang is the one that has got the real electric pace. Pepe is quick, but he's not as quick as Aubameyang. Smith Rowe, not really. On the left-hand side, Martinelli. We haven't seen enough of Martinelli as a player going forward. He's doing more defensive stuff because I think he's having to help his fullback in Cedric out too often instead of pushing on and asking questions of Wan-Bissaka. He's not been given the opportunity to do that. So Arsenal at the moment have to somehow, Arteta's going to have to get them going as a forward-thinking team, because they're not that at this moment in time.
And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, we started this section by talking about the fact they were not clinical enough. How do you encourage that from this side? Because the chances haven't fallen to Cavani, have they? And he's the guy you'd expect the clinical finishing from. So it's important to try and get the ball to him in the penalty area and not repeatedly Aaron Wan-Bissaka, it seems to keep falling to.
Yeah, I mean, he's got in some great areas. I mean, the header should have done better, but he's nearly had one with his swinging his left foot, and I think Cedric has took it off his toe. God knows where the ball could have gone, but he was still in there again. So it is about Cavani. He hasn't had it. He is a poacher. He can score great goals. He can score goals with his head, but he needs the ball delivered into the box. Marcus Rashford is never going to deliver a ball in the box because he doesn't look for that. He looks to dribble in all the time. Now and again, you've got to change your game up. Ask a question of the fullback. Make the fullback question what you're going to do next, rather than him know that you're going to try and beat him all the time. That's called decision making, and that's what Marcus Rashford doesn't do enough.
Second half on the way. Arsenal 0, Manchester United 0. You're listening to Premier League Live.
Create the Premier League atmosphere at home with Harvey Norman, the home of the big screen. Feel like you're on the pitch with our stunning range of 4K smart LED and OLED TVs from LG, starting from just $449. Plus, hear every kick, save, tackle, decision with LG's best-in-class soundbars. Get TV ready for all the big games with Harvey Norman. Shop online today or safely in our spacious stores. Harvey Norman, home of the big screen.
Welcome back to Cadbury's Find a Legend, Win a Legend.
What a competition, Ian, and they've just got to pick up a Cadbury pack for the chance to win.
They could score Petr Cech's incredible VIP weekend at Chelsea, or there's Robbie Fowler's luxury Liverpool experience.
Or a VIP match day with me, Gary Neville. Results.
Find a Legends shirt inside your Cadbury pack to win big. Plus thousands more prizes at legends.cadburyfc.com. T's and C's apply.
Get ready and hold on tight, because the Premier League is here! Which teams will stay on track? And who'll go off the rail?
Get the Irish Sun for top transfer news, exclusive star interviews and opinions from the biggest names in football. Plus expert analysis of every action-packed match in our fantastic goals pull-out each weekend. Stay up to speed, because you never know what the Premier League is going to throw up. Pick up the Irish Sun today.
Watch the Premier League live with the Now TV Sky Sports or Sports Extra Pass.
What a fantastic goal.
Where you can stream all the action from Sky Sports, BT Sport and Premier Sports, all without a contract.
Oh, what a finish that is.
Only pay for the games that matter to you with a day or month pass. It's your sport on your terms with Now TV.
Ronaldo and Messi, a rivalry for our times. But like everyone striving to be best in their field, they need each other. They drive each other on. Like me and Mick, the other voiceover guy. Right, Mick?
Toothpaste. It's paste for your teeth.
He's so annoying. Well, something that is unrivaled is Paddy Power's offer of a free bet if one leg of your 4+ fold ACCA lets you down.
Paddy Power.
Stay in your lane, Mick. Max free bet €10. Min odds 1 to 5 on each leg. Online exclusive. Excludes enhanced match odds. T's and C's apply. 18+. Need help? Visit gamblingcare.ie.
123inc.ie have your office needs covered. So whether you're an accountant, butcher, carpenter, dentist, electrician, florist, graphic designer, hairdresser, journalist, lecturer, musician, optician, retailer, teacher, solicitor, web designer, or yoga instructor, we've got what you need. And we're cheaper than your current supplier. 123inc.ie. For home, for office, for less.
We're all working more from home these days. And at Harvey Norman, we have the latest range of HP home office technology to ensure you're working smarter with the best products. From HP laptops and desktops with powerful Intel Core processing to HP's massive range of multifunction smart printers. We've also monitors of all sizes and HP home office essentials, including ink, keyboards, paper, and so much more. See harveynorman.ie/HP for our full range of HP home office technology. Available today for home delivery or click and collect.
You are listening to TalkSport's coverage of Arsenal 0, Manchester United 0 from Emirates Stadium. I'm your host, Tom Rennie. Alongside me for this one, the former United and England fullback Paul Parker. This is Premier League Live. Players just walking out of the tunnel for this second half. United out first. They've already made one change in the game. Martial coming on for the unwell Scott McTominay. They have David De Gea in goal, Manchester United. Their back four, left to right, is Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire, Victor Lindelof and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Pogba now in midfield alongside Fred. Three behind the striker, Marcus Rashford, Bruno Fernandes and Anthony Martial, with Edinson Cavani up front. That's 5 changes at the start from the side that lost in midweek, though Martial is now in the side. On the bench, Dean Henderson, Eric Bailly, Mason Greenwood, Daniel James, Alex Telles, Nemanja Matic, Donny van de Beek and Axel Tuanzebe. As for Arsenal, they are coming out here for the start of this second period. They'll be making a change. Something had to happen. They were very poor in that first period. Gabriel Martinelli is withdrawn, we understand. Willian is on his way on. So it's Bernd Leno in goal. Back four of Cedric, Rob Holding, David Luiz and Hector Bellerin. Granit Xhaka, Thomas Partey holding in midfield. 3 behind Lacazette up front. That 3 is now Nicola Pepe, Emile Smith-Rowe and Willian on for Martinelli, who I thought played quite well in that first half. So we'll try and find out why he's been taken off or whether it's just a tactical switch. On the bench, Alex Runarsson, the goalkeeper, Gabriel, Martin Ødegaard, the new signing from Real Madrid, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Callum Chambers, Mohamed El Neni, Joe Willock and Eddie Nketiah. Referee Michael Oliver's blown his whistle. Second half underway. The VAR is Paul Tierney this evening. Arsenal kick from left to right in this second period, which is unfamiliar to them. Usually they go towards the clock end in the first. It's red shirts, white sleeves, white shorts and red socks for Mikel Arteta's team. Man United the other way, right to left as we are looking. Black shirts, shorts and white socks with white numbering and trim. We will, of course, look into why Martinelli has gone off, Paul, and we're assuming it must be a bit of an injury. But if not, Willian is on, whatever the reason is. And he's got some people to impress, I think, amongst the Arsenal fan base.
He's got a load of people to impress, to be perfectly honest. He hasn't lived up to the billing as such. He's just been seriously poor since he's gone to Arsenal. I'll just be interested in what's going to happen here, because Martinelli was helping out his fullback a hell of a lot. Maybe he shouldn't have been doing that, but Willian's not going to do that. That's not his job. He's going to go forward. It'll be interesting how he goes up and plays against Wan-Bissaka, because he won't be trying to beat him by pace. He might be trying to manipulate the ball a little bit more and play that way against him.
With this appearance, it's 250 in the Premier League for Willian, the first Brazilian player to reach that landmark, and he has been one of the great players in the Premier League over the last 10 years or so. That was all at Chelsea, though. Here at Arsenal, not really too much to write home about. And there was some controversy in the signing as well, because he seemed to really fit the mould of player that the manager was saying he wanted to bring in. 32 years of age now, Willian, and maybe hasn't quite shown the hunger. Here's Rashford showing the hunger here for Man United, but overrunning it into Partey and to Xhaka. Xhaka's the man who comes away with the ball. Out left to Smith Rowe. Willian running through the centre. Smith Rowe wide, pokes it into Willian. Lindelof with him, goes back to Xhaka. Left hand side, about 15 yards over the halfway line. On towards Willian. Running at Wan-Bissaka. Poor first touch, but he's still got it, Willian. Wan-Bissaka loves a tackle, makes the tackle. Ball goes out for a throw.
He could have actually taken that away without a tackle, didn't it? Willian couldn't believe he had the chance to get the ball again, because it was a poor first touch.
Throw in to Arsenal. Down the left hand side to Smith Rowe. Back to Cedric. Here's Willian now. Up against Pogba, who's playing deeper than when he began the match. It was McTominay and Fred in those central positions before McTominay was withdrawn. Bayer on the right. Poor ball. Good win by Fred. Cavani first time back to Bruno Fernandes. Back to Fred. Good win by Pepe. Pepe then goes to ground wanting a free kick, and Michael Oliver feeling generous tonight. He's given it.
Yeah, there's no need for Fernandes to get involved in that, to be honest. He's actually the ball wasn't anywhere near him. Pepe was just getting out of the way. It was going back to Partey in midfield, and for some reason Fred decided to foul a player Fernandes did without the ball.
Arsenal take the free kick. Outright to Bayerin, breaks to Willian, left hand side, takes the shot at goal. Not a great effort from Willian. It's blocked by Wan-Bissaka, goes out for a corner to Arsenal.
It was a poor effort by Willian in the end. Wan-Bissaka slipped initially when the ball went across to Willian, and then he's got up so quick. His recovery was absolutely incredible for the ball to come off his thigh and go out for a corner. He had no right to get that second opportunity to stop the ball going towards goal.
Not scored in 26 Premier League games, Willian. Not scored since signing for Arsenal. His corner is cleared away. United's back line, recovered by Arsenal. Bayerin down the line to Thomas Partey, down the right hand side, back to Bayerin again. Good work by Martial and Rashford to force the ball all the way back to Leno. All in bright salmon pink away to our left, midway inside his own half. Finds a ball to Xhaka, into Lacazette, who controls and turns. Pogba for company, forward to Willian, down the left hand side. Low cross comes in, Pepe! He gets the shot at goal. Brilliant block by Maguire. Recovered by Xhaka on the left.
That was poor defending, that was by United. They allowed Willian to get to the byline and pull the ball back. That was Pogba. No one's made a challenge. He'd done it so easy.
Arsenal looking very bright here. Cedric down the line to Willian again, who's well involved since coming on. Nearly 5 minutes gone in the second half. Arsenal 0, Manchester United 0. Forward to Smith Rowe in the penalty area. Fred gets his body in the way. Smith Rowe thought he could steal it back. Willian wanted the ball on the far side too. He couldn't get there. Goes into touch. That's going to be a goal kick, and we get the replay there of Pepe's effort, Paul. It may have been easy from a United perspective, but very, very lively 5 minutes from Willian since coming on.
Yeah, I mean, we was questioning him, criticising him a little bit as well, but he's definitely started quite well. This is Arsenal's best bit of the game so far. There's more cutting edge we've seen in the last minute and a half than what we saw in the first half.
They should kick towards the clock end in the second period more often. Here they are with Willian again over on the far side, having an impact. 3 players around him, finds a pass outside to Cedric. They go for a 1-2. Cedric away from Wan-Bissaka, who loves to go to ground, loves to put in a last-ditch challenge. When you miss those tackles, you will get booked, and he gets booked here.
Yeah, I mean, that's the first time as well. We've seen Cedric now as far forward as he's ever been, and Wan-Bissaka was a swing of his leg, and by the time he decided to do it, to swing his leg, the ball had gone past him by 2-3 yards. Not often does he miss challenges, but when, like you just said, Tom, when you miss them, they look awful, and generally you do get a yellow card, which he did.
Free kick, left-hand side. It's about 8 yards away from the end line and the side. Willian is over it, in-swinger with the right boot forthcoming. Lacazette, Partey, Holding, Luis, Smith Rowe in the penalty area. Pepe's over this too, but it looks like Willian fancies it. Bayerin makes a run, disregarded. Still we wait. Still waiting for this delivery. Oliver, the referee, says get on with it. Willian runs over it. Pepe crosses, away by Aaron Wan-Bissaka up in the air. into touch for a corner kick. Was that a well-crafted move, or did no one know what they were doing?
It looked like no one knew what they was doing in the end. They spent so much time with the ball at his feet. I was losing interest myself. But, I mean, the corners, they work it, and I think Louise will spin to the far post again like he did earlier with his header. Someone generally spins off and tries to head it back to where the ball's come from.
Corner comes in from the attacking left-hand side again from Willian.
Here it is.
Right-footed, deeper delivery. Luis underneath it, heads in the air. Martial, poor clearance. Wan-Bissaka finally gets it away. Right-footed, boot through it. Rashford looks to hold it up. Challenged by David Luiz. David Luiz does really well. Finds Bellerin. Right-footed, spinning forward into Lacazette. Intercepted by Lindelof. And Maguire's pass to Pogba. On towards Fred. Back towards David De Gea. David De Gea, all in bright yellow, away to our right, gives it a wallop upfield. Holding wins the ball, Willian wins the second ball, Fred wins the third, Partey wins the fourth, Pogba wins the fifth, and Paul Pogba brings it away. Scrappy, but I do love it when it gets like that. Maybe the managers don't. Pogba in towards Fred on the halfway line, left of the centre circle, Lacazette is with him, on to Shaw, flicked on first time, nominally towards Martial, but really nowhere near him. Holding can clear. They'll go into touch for a throw in to United on the left hand side.
I think it's the first time we saw United go into Arsenal half since the second half has started.
Yeah, Arsenal definitely been on top here. Their best spell of the game so far, no question about that, but nothing to show for it, which hasn't been the story of recent games in that really good run of form. 5 wins in 6. They've scored 14 in that time. So the goals have returned to this team. Defensively, they've been pretty strong as well. Clean sheets in their last 2. Here's Martial, right to Pogba. Lacazette's gone down. Referee says play on. Cavani looks for a 1-2 with Martial. Well read by David Luiz. Lacazette's up and about again because he wasn't hurt but was pretending to be so. Willian running forward. Good challenge by Fred on the halfway. On to Rashford down the right-hand side. Cedric gives him some space. Rashford's got nowhere to go. It's back to Fred. Into Bruno Fernandes, who floats in and out of games, doesn't he? You don't see him for a while, then suddenly here he is. Right-footed cross into the 6-yard box. Straight at Leno, similar to his ball that led to Cavani's goal against Fulham, but Leno better there than Areola was that day. 55 minutes on the clock. Arsenal 0, Manchester United 0 on Premier League Live. Another game coming up for you later. Alex Crook alongside the Housewives' favourite Paul Mortimer for Southampton against Aston Villa, so don't miss that one. Smith Rowe into Xhaka here, back to Smith Rowe. Up towards the halfway, Willian left hand side, poor ball that time to Emile Smith Rowe. Cavani back defending, wins it back for Manchester United. Paul, what do you made of Emile Smith Rowe at the 55-minute mark?
We haven't really seen him so far in this second half. He seems to have blowing up. He could be coming off soon, by the way. He looks knackered already.
Rashford running forward here from the right-hand side, in between Willian and Xhaka, overruns it, breaks to Leno, the keeper clears, Lindelof recovers before Smith Rowe could get there. Story of the game, it's all happening before Smith Rowe can get there at the moment. Well, an issue here though, because Willian has picked up some sort of knock. He may well have taken a bit of a head injury, and that's why they've had to stop the game.
No, he took it was an early one. He got near the halfway line. I could see him after that, and he's got back there. This can't be good if he's going to have to come off.
Only just come on, Willian. In his defence, he's had a really good 5-6 minutes here. I thought it was a head injury because we stopped the game. If it's not a head injury, I don't know why we stopped the game.
Yeah, I know.
Like you just walk off or you go down and someone kicks it off. I mean, I don't know why this is not our collective problem that Willian might have a slight injury here. It's his problem and Arsenal need to deal with it. Anyway, I'm not sure why the referee's taken this on board. But I have long gone past the point, Paul, of trying to understand what referees are thinking.
Oh, miles back. Gave up ages ago, well before you, Tom.
Does give me a moment just again to give you the scores from today. Big storylines as well in the Premier League. Callum Wilson scoring twice in a 2-0 win for Newcastle at Everton. Crystal Palace 1-0 winners over Wolverhampton Wanderers. Same scoreline at the Etihad Stadium. 1-0 Man City Sheffield United. Gabriel Jesus with the only goal of the game in the first half. 2-2 between West Brom and Fulham. And as we mentioned, Southampton Villa later. Back with you tomorrow with another 10 hours of Premier League action. Chelsea-Burnley starts our day. And it's Leicester against Leeds. West Ham against Liverpool in a top 4 clash at the London Stadium. And then it's Brighton against Tottenham to finish our broadcast day. Willian's back on, though he's moving somewhat gingerly at the moment. We'll keep you updated on his situation. Ball is with Man United in the centre circle inside their own half. Lindelof onto the captain Maguire. Shaw out left, first time forward towards no man's land really. Holding's won it, then Holding has passed the ball straight into touch. Well, it's been a funny old game, to coin a phrase, hasn't it? In that there's been some really good moments and some really poor moments to this point. Here's Maguire trying to have a good moment, bundling forward, bundled over by Emile Smith-Rowe.
Well, I thought he got a touch of that Smith-Rowe when he slid.
Referee hasn't agreed with that estimation. United happy to take the free kick quickly and work it outright to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Down the line to Marcus Rashford. He'll find Pogba in field. Pogba with a laces pass left to Maguire, who wants to get involved in the play. Shaw left. Infield away from Bellerin. 1-2 with Fred. On to Martial. Here's Luke Shaw with the shot. Cavani at close range. Cavani's put it wide. What a great chance for Edinson Cavani. Maybe 5 yards out. The ball is flashed towards him. But you feel Cavani, of all people, is going to score from there, and he doesn't.
Tell you what, he's closely marked, by the way, Cavani. That was good work by Luke Shaw. He fires it across, and Cavani, sorry Tom, you're 100% right. He has to score from there, and he doesn't. That will go down as one of his worst misses, that will. Plenty of pace in it.
He may well have come off an Arsenal leg last. Didn't seem like it to me, but referee's given a corner, which has since been cleared away by Holding's head. Recovered by Bruno Fernandes. He passes right to Fred. Fred on to Shaw. Shaw down the line to Rashford. Rashford against Bellerin. Tries to nutmeg him. Bellerin holds him up momentarily. Rashford continues though now. Running across the area. Pokes towards Pogba. One back by Smith-Rowe. Smith-Rowe over the top to Pepe. Wan-Bissaka is there just before Nicola Pepe could get the ball and take it towards David De Gea.
He's done well with it.
What's a really poor pass there from Fred. Straight to Xhaka on the left-hand side. For a moment I thought Xhaka was in, but he's been held up well by Bruno Fernandes. Down the line to Willian, up against Wan-Bissaka, level with the penalty area, into Pepe, good snap challenge from Fred. Pepe keeps possession though. Xhaka again turns away from goal, finds a pass behind him to David Luiz. Willian on the left, chops in field, onto the right boot, cross field left to right chip, finds Bellerin, heads into Emile Smith-Rowe. He'll turn forward, that's what you want your number 10 to do. Finds a pass right to Bellerin, goes all the way back to Holding on the halfway.
He does actually pass sidewards or backwards, Bellerin. Very rarely does he go forward.
Here's Smith-Rowe, who is on to do the forward passing, but he goes back towards David Luiz, who's in his own half in the centre circle. Luiz leaves it for Xhaka. Xhaka crossfield, left to right. Pepe brings it down nicely on the chest and goes short to Bellerin. Bellerin forward, down the line, couple of yards to Pepe, back to Bellerin again, pokes it back to Holding. Is it that Arsenal's players aren't taking a risk, or are United holding them up well?
I think it's Arsenal players not taking a risk, Tom. I think they're not. Some of them are not brave enough to go that way. They don't want to make a mistake. They're still in the game. They don't want to get beat.
Xhaka in the centre circle. Fernandes with him. Right to Holding. Holding right-footed. That's not a good ball there from Rob Holding. Got right underneath it. It was a loop all the way to David De Gea.
It was a good idea what he's tried to do. He's tried to hit Lacazette on the angle. It's like a second centre forward, but he's just overhit it. He's put far too much height on the ball, and he's just allowed David De Gea to step forward. Lacazette made the right move, and it was the right decision for Holding to try that pass. It was just a poor execution.
Making his 50th Premier League start for Arsenal tonight, Rob Holding. Came back from that serious injury, picked up against Man United back in 2018 to become a real stalwart of this side. You'd say he's their lead central defender these days, Rob Holding. Chance at the other end here for Smith Rowe. Oh, he's on the edge of the area. Smith Rowe. Oh, Wan-Bissaka's back pass. Nearly wrong-footed David De Gea.
Oh, he had to work hard. He had to work hard there, David De Gea. Mentally, I mean, as well, because he could have picked that up.
Poor pass from Smith Rowe and from Wan-Bissaka. Nothing comes of it. Here's David Luiz coming forward here in the number 10 position. He finds Pepe. Back to Luiz. Gets underneath it, David Luiz. What on earth is he doing there? I do not know. I don't mean at Arsenal, I mean in the number 10 position.
I'll tell you what though, when that ball come back to him, you'd fancy him from there as well. He's asking for it, but he's leaning back, he's after it, and he's come straight at him, and he's had to hit it from virtually underneath his foot. He wasn't played on one side or the other, and that's why he's ended up pulling it over the bar.
I think they call that taking the game by the scruff of the neck there, David Luiz. Nearly paid off for Arsenal. He's won it again here, David Luiz. Full flick towards Rashford. Luiz bit into the challenge, knocks it into touch though.
It's been quite sloppy. Some of the passing has been really poor. They've given the ball away in some seriously poor areas as well. Both teams have.
Aaron Wan-Bissaka with a big blast upfield for United, trying to get the ball out of their own half. Xhaka's header back to Holding, fired to Pepe, onto Lacazette. Good challenge, Maguire into Xhaka, pushed by Cavani. Free kick Arsenal. Wants to get on with it, short to Partey. Challenge Fernandes. Partey comes away with it. Challenge Fred. Partey comes away with it. Fred's brought him down. Fred's not happy with the free kick being given. It looked like a free kick to me.
He got a touch on. I think there was a touch on the ball, but he's trod down on the back of Partey's Achilles.
Things have just livened up a bit in the last minute or so.
Yeah, it's just got to be a little bit more patient, Fred. He's trying too hard to keep winning the ball. You're judged on defending. It isn't always about winning the ball.
High ball from Holding into Lacazette, trying to take on Maguire. He's going to get the free kick here, right on the edge of the area. And you heard Paul Parker say, yes, I have my doubts. Why is that a free kick, Paul?
Because he blocked him off. Simple as that. He did. He stopped him getting to the ball. Instead of just running, just getting to the ball, he puts his arm up and virtually stands still. There it goes, and he goes and his coat hangers him, doesn't he, in the end? Maguire, look at his left arm comes out straight across his throat. What do you think now, Tom, after seeing the replay?
Yeah, the arm goes up, absolutely. Good spot from Paul and indeed Michael Oliver, the referee. Looked like they just ran into each other on my first viewing, but it is a foul from Maguire, and it is a really lovely chance for Arsenal. Right hand side of the area, it's wide of the goal, and it's about 3 or 4 yards from the penalty area. Xhaka's placed it down. Pepe's over it too, who I would have fancied from here. Lacazette and Partey as well. Lots of options here for Arsenal. Too many cooks. They're hoping for a tasty broth. It is Lacazette. Oh, it's off the bar. Fantastic effort from Lacazette. Up and down. Not down enough. United scramble the ball away to the halfway line. Cedric's run it back. He turns forward, slips in Lacazette. In the area. Lindelof for company. Cuts it back, just in front of Willian. Rashford can win it for United. Passes towards Martial, but Pepe crowds him out, wins it back. Arsenal come again. Xhaka with a chip. Cedric's cross, Lacazette is there. Lindelof clears. Smith Rowe with the shot. On target, save. And Fred can clear. One back here by Martial. Bellerin's got him under real pressure. Forward pass, blocks Smith Rowe. That's a goal kick, and that's a huge sigh of relief all round for everyone at Manchester United.
Yeah, and that's the best bit of work we've seen from Arsenal as an attacking force in this game so far in the last few minutes. And David De Gea has had to do a bit of work as well, and Smith Rowe has been around that 10 area, and he's just starting to get his eye, and that's I think his first real strike at goal. But previous to that, the free kick from Lacazette, you thought that was in, and it hits maybe just on the bottom bit, just slightly underneath the bar, and it bounces well away in the end. Plenty of pace on the ball. David De Gea never moved his feet.
Never would have got there. Yeah. David De Gea, the shot was so pacey and so nearly perfectly placed. It was maybe an inch too high. It would have hit the bar and gone down. That's a poor challenge. Cavani trying to close down Xhaka. He apologises, but he should be getting booked for it.
He should be. He knew exactly what he was doing. That was sheer frustration in the end from Cavani.
Another game from Cavani where you feel like from the start, does he do enough as a central striker? From the bench, I think he looks very good. in the starting games by this point. Looks a bit of a passenger out there for Manchester United. Don't really have an obvious change to make up front, with Martial already on if they wanted to. United, as Arsenal go over the top, they're certainly growing stronger in this game, Arsenal. As Maguire lets the ball bounce in the area, finds a pass. He's done quite well in the end, risky though. Onto Wan-Bissaka, then Pogba, forward to Bruno Fernandes. There's a pass on here to Rashford down the right. Here he is now, Rashford in the area, cuts it back. Cavani, first time effort is poor. Into Martial, Cavani on again, short shot. Cavani's there again, but Luis gets it away. That was real high wire stuff in the penalty area. Missed chances, missed efforts, half opportunities. Cavani with a howler of an effort too before a good pass to Shaw, and in the end Luis gets it away. Throw-ins taken. Fernandes to Shaw by the corner flag, left-footed cross, looping in, away by Holding, further away by Smith Rowe, picked up by Pogba. Can he shoot? Yes he can. Deflected, on target, saved with ease by Leno.
I think Arsenal need to take a breath now.
Don't we all?
I can't even go through that play. But it just started really. Cavani got in the way initially. I think when he pulls that ball back, Rashford, he's actually behind him, Martial. He goes and takes it on Cavani. His missed kick actually gives it to Martial.
Arsenal playing the ball around their own penalty area at times has spelt danger for them, but they've done it well this time. Holding, Leno, Luis. Luis will then go across his own area in the air to Rob Holding. Had some time to bring it down into Partey, then Bellerin gets caught by Martial. No free kick. No.
That's poor. That's poor referee. He got absolutely balked that big time. That's poor touch. No, I mean he touches him on the toe.
It's a good tackle though, isn't it? He gets the ball, slight collision afterwards. Generous. There we are. Unlucky United. They sprung the trap well there. Arsenal get away with it. Here's Cedric over the top towards Lacazette. Well read by Shaw. You do feel there's a goal in this. It's very, very open at the moment here at Emirates Stadium. Arsenal trying to get back in European contention. United trying to close the gap on league leaders City. They cannot go top today as City have already won. They beat Sheffield United earlier on. Shaw, left-hand side, midway inside Arsenal territory, finds a pass back to Pogba. Pogba short to the centre circle, and Lindelof to his right, and Fred back to Lindelof again. Possession 55-45 in United's favour. 9 attempts from the away team, 2 on target. Here's Shaw on the left-hand side as they try and create another, the killer chance that will put them in the lead. Fred outright, he'll find Wan-Bissaka, level with the area on the sideline. Rashford wants it, here he is now, out of his body, right-footed cross. Martial is there, Shaw is there. Good defending by Pepe as Shaw tried to turn it home. Luke Shaw recovers it by the corner flag on this left-hand side. Into Pogba, corner of the area, Lacazette with him, into Maguire, back to Shaw. Pogba wants it down the line. Shaw fires to Fernandes, first time to Martial. Forced out of the area by Partey. Back to Pogba, Martial's cross, away by David Luiz. Everyone's back for Arsenal though, there's no one forward. 11 basically in their own penalty area there, as Lindelof picks this up in the centre circle.
Yeah, it's got this, the seesaw's gone up and down, and now it's in favour of Manchester United. They're the ones who are having a lot of the ball now. It seems like Arsenal decided to take a breather and let United have it for a while.
Good defensive side though right now, Arsenal. Clean sheet in 3 successive home games. They're working hard to keep one here as Martial's in the area. Can't turn, Holding, back to goal now. Has to go back with a pass to Fred. Fred shot deflected. Will it fall to Martial? It will. Left-hand side of the area, can't get the shot away, and he's offside to boot.
Yeah, it was offside initially. I think there was a United player actually blocked the shot from Fred. It wasn't the best of shots.
Well, that alleviates that period of pressure that was withstood well by Arsenal, wasn't it? Defensively, they do look very well organised, the Gunners, I think.
Yeah, I think that's one of the first things that he knew he had to do when he took over the job, Arteta.
Certainly done it very, very well since Christmas. Arsenal have conceded just 20 goals this season. That's the equal second best record in the division. Same goals conceded as Tottenham Hotspur. Only Man City have conceded less with 13 at this point.
That's incredible for City.
just won so many games, haven't they, in this run by narrow margins. Another 1-0 for them today. 2-0 against Villa, 1-0 against Brighton. You can see why everyone thinks Man City are the team to catch right now. They are quite literally in top spot, the team to catch, but also in the way they're just grinding out victories. That's something champions need to do. That's something Man United failed at in midweek. If they win this, it would count as a grinding out victory, just like the Wolves win a few weeks ago. But it's Arsenal trying to stop that. Here's Smith Rowe in the number 10 position, approaching the final third. Left to Willian, corner of the area. From the left, he leaves it to Smith Rowe. Shout of offside. Fred's making a big shout for it. It's not been given.
I just think Fred didn't want to run anymore.
It's Bellerin on the right hand side. Into Pepe, back to Bellerin. Poke to Lacazette. Goes to ground, challenge Maguire. Good defending by Maguire. Wins it back for United. Into Fred, who leaves it for David De Gea in the 6-yard box. Right-footed chip upfield. Ooh, that's poor from De Gea. Had a pass on right if he couldn't find the chip forward. Goes straight into touch there. Willian, nice turn. Nice turn of pace. Poor challenge, Pogba. That's got to be a yellow for Paul Pogba as he was being run away from there, and it is a yellow card for Paul Pogba.
I don't think there was any intent, mate. It's just the fact that Willian's movement of the ball was like really too quick for him. He's annoyed. He said that's his first challenge, and I think he's right. I don't think he's made a tackle on anybody in the game so far, and that's what he's saying to the referee. First challenge and you booked me. No malice at all from him, so I find that a little bit harsh.
It was a bad challenge, though.
It
was in the sense of Willian was through. Professional foul. I think it's a clear yellow, personally.
You need to sit with me and watch football from 1970 on the mud heaps, and then you'll see bad.
Well, I've got nothing else to do. What are you up to tomorrow? Let's have a nice lunch date and watch the 1972 Cup final. Why not? The free kick's come to nothing, but Arsenal have retaken possession. Lacazette on the right, in towards Pepe. Challenge by Bruno Fernandes for Man United. Recovered by Pepe, who brings it back towards the halfway. 74 minutes gone. Arsenal 0, Manchester United 0. Here on Premier League Live. Tom Money and Paul Parker with you. Will there be a winner in this game? At TalkSport Live, the place to share your views with us. Apologies, we've not got to too many of your tweets in this game. It has actually been rather end-to-end, despite the scoreline. Smith Rowe down the left, onto Willian, running at Lindelof, left-footed, back to Pepe. Fred nips in with the challenge, wins it back. Wan-Bissaka brings it away. Willian trying to hold him up. He is fouled. Michael Oliver lets the play go on. Poke back towards the recently booked Paul Pogba. Into Lindelof, short to Fred, who's about 10-15 yards away from the halfway line centre of the field. He goes left to Luke Shaw. Some sort of bag or something on the field in front of Thomas Partey.
It looks like one of my red recycling bags from the council.
It can't be one of yours. It's not packed with empty beer cans. Down the right hand side come Manu over the halfway. Poor pass from Wan-Bissaka, but Pogba's won it back, but he's fallen over as he's won it, and it breaks to Cedric here. Cedric edging his way forward, leaves it to Willian again, who's seen plenty of the ball in this second half. Willian, since coming on, has he played well, Paul, do you think?
He's gone in and out, to be honest, but at least he's involved. But he's done that one bit when he's done that pullback, which was blocked in the end. But other than that, really nothing dynamic going forward. But ball retention wise, he's definitely been fine.
Lovely slip pass into Lacazette, and Maguire and Lindelof converged on him. Maguire with the challenge. Lacazette goes down, and Harry Maguire is going to get booked here, and he's complaining, Paul. I know you love this. He's complaining about a very clear foul.
Yeah, but he's more complaining. He's asking for an offside from the assistant referee. He's forgotten that Luke Shaw hasn't bothered stepping up. If Luke Shaw steps up, he would have been offside. He doesn't get his yellow card, but he's asking for it. And Luke Shaw has stayed 2 yards behind him, which is a cardinal sin as a fullback. You don't ever step behind the centre half. So they're calling offside, so they want to know that the fullbacks are not in behind them, so they can just put their arm up and say anyone who jogs in behind, they're offside.
Fantastic pass from David Luiz into Lacazette. It was finding its target too, and maybe because of that quality of pass, they're allowing him to take this free kick. Luis is over it. It's left of centre. It's 38 yards away. Luis trying for a knuckleball. He hits it firm, but it hits the wall. Loops out for a corner on the attacking left-hand side. Has he ever scored one of them, honestly? Can anyone tell me one time that's ever gone in?
I think he did it in his Chelsea heyday in his first spell. I think he did.
Someone at TalkSport Live, when has this ever gone in? What was
sure.
I see it won every Arsenal game, and it's always the wall or over. No, just stop it. Corner on the left for Arsenal. Just annoys me. Willian's delivery, right-footed, well away by Pogba at the near. Brought down by Bellerin, shoots. Blocked well by United's rear guard. Arsenal recover it though on the far side with Willian, who turns Fred inside out, then pokes it back to Pepe. Pepe to Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe back on the ground, diagonal to Xhaka. Nip of the centre circle, leaves it for Holding. Holding on to Partey, whose pass is poor, not for the first time tonight. Thomas Partey's passing range has been off. I know he's coming back from not being particularly fit his entire time here at Arsenal, but you expect better quality from Thomas Partey now.
He was actually starting to run before he actually made the pass.
Foul here on Cavani. Arsenal weren't happy about it, and it's lucky for United it did go their way, because the Gunners may well have been through there as the release was poor. A free kick to Man United, 78 minutes on the clock. Maguire is over it, about 20 yards inside his own half on the left-hand side. Is there going to be a winner here, Paul? How do you see the next 13 minutes or so unfolding?
Well, at the moment, I'm going to turn around and say no, I don't think there's going to be a winner.
Don't say that. We don't want people to switch off. Don't say that. You've got to lie to people. OK, we've got Alex Cook and Paul Mortimer, the Housewives' favourite, up next. That'll keep them with us. Southampton Villa is our next commentary in this jam-packed 10 hours of Premier League action. Rashford's cross from the right, blocked by Willian, loops in the air, holding away. Good win by Pogba, ball bounces, goes to Leno, and we'll have a break in play here as Pogba and Lacazette have clashed heads, I think, as Pogba won that header.
I don't think they clash heads.
No?
I think there's more than anything. Maybe Lacazette might have taken a hip bone to his head, and Pogba's all about landing funny or something.
Getting the replay of it here. It's a very good win by Pogba. He's shown a lot of desire there to win it.
He's landed on his left side as well. He could have put his shoulder out, could have done. He hasn't. But it was he put his arm down first as well. Yeah, I've seen that, done that. It's not a nice feeling normally.
Will just be a few seconds here for Pogba and Lacazette to recover. No serious injury. ICANN says Luis did score a knuckle free kick for Chelsea against Aston Villa on December 23rd, 2012.
Yep, I'll tell you what, I'm sure he scored more than one though.
He says he also... Well, I'm glad you said that. ICANN also says he scored one in the 2014 World Cup. So just a reminder for everybody, we're in 2021. So 7 years ago is the last one we have of that one going in. If there is a more recent example, keep them coming in at TalkSport Live at ICANN. Beautiful memory. Thank you very much indeed. Is there another one? Nana says, Nana K, also against Liverpool in 2017. We'll double check all that.
Coming up.
A break in play here as the ball has ricocheted to Marcus Rashford all of a sudden out of nowhere. He's taken a right-footed drive from an acute angle. Side netting is what you heard rustling there. It was actually a brilliant challenge by Wan-Bissaka on the replay, which led to that chance from nowhere.
Again, poor from Marcus Rashford. He's coming off now, but that was poor from him to shoot there. Cavani and Martial were there for him to play off, or for him to do something a little bit more positive and better than what he'd done now. That was so rash what he'd done now.
Rashford is now withdrawn with 10 minutes or so to go. Mason Greenwood is the man who comes on to replace him. Just the one goal in the Premier League this season. That one of the goals they scored at the Bowl of Disappointment, London Stadium, in that victory over West Ham a few weeks ago. He is now on in the Premier League, and Rashford is off. Straight swap over on that right-hand side. Thought they may well be looking to replace Cavani in that central forward position, but that's not the case, and Greenwood's now over on that far side. He's on the ball now, midway inside his own half. Greenwood into Pogba, fouled by Lacazette. Tried to play on there, to his credit, Paul Pogba. Couldn't do so. Free kick taken. Loads of people are sending me David Luiz free kicks now. I'm very busy. We're busy, alright? High ball over the top to Martial, who's miscontrolled it. I will run through some of these. Looks like 2017 is the most recent one. Again, we're in 2021. Here's Bellerin on the right-hand side, who's won it. well for Arsenal. Inside his own half, though, into Xhaka. Partey, can he find a teammate with a pass? He can, lovely pass too. Slips it forward, down the line to Bellerin, then to Pepe, in the area. Pepe! Tried a left-footed spinner into the bottom corner. Puts it just a couple of yards wide. What a great chance.
It was a really good chance. Partey and Bellerin gave it to him, and Harry Maguire's there on his left side. He was always struggling, and again he's put it to the keeper's right, but just not enough. It must have gone again a foot wide.
There's a chasm of space over on that side. Where was Luke Shaw in that?
He's gone back to normality now. Gone missing in defending.
He was way upfield there, Luke Shaw, and certainly wasn't putting a great deal of effort in to catch the play.
That's what I said. He's gone back to normality.
Well, there may be a change coming up here for Arsenal, which I'm sure fans will be looking forward to. Martin Ødegaard signed this week from Real Madrid on loan till the end of the season. Once so highly rated at youth level when he signed for Real, he was being compared to the likes of Lionel Messi and all the greats, but hasn't quite clicked for him during his career so far, despite a good loan spell at Real Sociedad. He had to make a name for himself in English football. There are a few people doing some varied pronunciations of Martin Ødegaard. I'm going to anglicise it because I am English. You can do the full Norwegian if you want to. But Ødegaard is coming on here. He'll be replacing Emil Smith-Rowe, who wasn't particularly effective in the game. Paul, I think that's fair to say.
No, he had little stints, and obviously the shot was the major part of him. Major part of his game, but other than that really hasn't done enough. You've got to remember he's so young as well. He could be in a moment he must be mentally tired. The games he's played in. Such a young lad.
Ødegaard is on, wearing number 11 for Arsenal, as Cavani wins a free kick here for a foul on him by holding. Have you seen much of Martin Ødegaard?
No,
never really played a great deal for Real Madrid.
Not at all.
It's one of those players that you've always heard of, but no one's ever seen. So it'll be interesting to see what he can offer here. Gone into that role behind Lacazette. Nice turn here by Greenwood on the halfway line. Oh, and he's found a nice pass too to Wan-Bissaka. If he can keep it in, he can on the right hand side. Up against Willian, looks to take him on the outside. It's good defensive work by Willian to stop Wan-Bissaka getting away from him. That is where the United fullback is often criticised in those situations. Never really felt he was going to get the ball over there. Has got a throw for his team. Into Pogba, slight miscontrol, but he has recovered it. Heavy pass back towards Maguire too. Again, he's done well. Square to Fred. We're at 84 minutes now. It's still goalless between Arsenal and Manchester United. I can't quite believe it, considering how open this game has been. Here's Greenwood down the right for United. Low cross comes in. It's a really lovely ball. It's behind Luis. Bellerin read it well. Martial couldn't get there.
He took up a good position, Bellerin, where he was. There was no one in behind him, but he weren't to know that.
Throw in to Greenwood. One back by Willian by the corner flag. Left hand side. Blasted upfield. Not easy for Lindelof this, and Lacazette's gone down screaming as if he's been caught in the face there. Lindelof says he should get back up again, and the referee's going to allow this to play on here. It is a head injury, so I suppose he should be stopping it, but we are carrying on. Maybe he doesn't quite buy the scream of Lacazette.
I think sometimes you just got to give it a little while just to see the reaction of play, and I'm sure Lacazette is up now.
Shaw left hand side, Bellerin heads up in the air, Cedric brings it down in the area.
He's done well there, Cedric, quite confident.
It's Lindelof and Lacazette battling for the ball again. One by Lindelof well. Cleared to Xhaka, into Ødegaard, onto Partey. Chance here for Lacazette if they can find him. Lindelof's flick header puts the ball behind Lacazette, but the Frenchman keeps it. Here he is again, Lacazette, left hand side. Back to Xhaka, Fred in front of him. Arsenal turn back towards the halfway line. Xhaka picks it up, 1-2 with Luis. Where's he going to go? Left footed, cross field. Down by Bellerin. Into Partey, forward pass towards Ødegaard, finds him at the second attempt. Willian, back first time to Xhaka, out of his body, finds Cedric, left hand side, winds up across, he does cross. Easy for Maguire to head away. Xhaka wins it. Willian brings it down nicely. He'll win a free kick too. That's poor from Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who has been yellow carded, by the way.
Yeah, that one wasn't a yellow card challenge, but it was a silly one. All he's got to do, Willian's facing the wrong way, just make him pass the ball back, then you've done your job as a defender. You don't have to every single time get a touch of the ball for everyone to say great challenge. People can say good defending, force someone back. Needless, he kicks him in the thigh, makes it even worse. The ball's at his ankle.
I wonder if David Luiz might try one of them knuckleballs that he did against Liverpool for Chelsea in January 2017. Thank you, mate, for tweeting that in.
I really want him to, Tom, so we can just put this to bed.
And we can note the date for next time.
Yeah.
He's not going to be taking this one. It's left-hand side. It's right on the corner of the penalty area. Luiz is in the penalty area. Cedric's put it down. Willian and Pepe are over it too. Cedric looks the most focused of the players that are around it. It's defensive line being held on the penalty spot here for United. Could be a crossing position, could be a shooting position.
The way he's set, he's not set to cross it the way.
It's going to be Cedric who hits it, and it goes over the top. It was a poor strike from Cedric, inexplicable really. They've had 2 free kicks on the edge here, and they've let Luiz take one and Cedric take the other. What about that record signing Nicola Pepe, who's good when the ball's not rolling? Hey? Come on.
You said that earlier as well, and I wanted to respond to it. That's terrible.
It's true though, isn't it? When the ball's not rolling, he's actually pretty good.
He should go and play American football then, really. So that's what you're saying?
Yes, they have 2 kickers, I learned this week. A punter and a kicker. There you go. What don't I know about? Don't tweet me about that, that'll be too much. Final 2.5 minutes of regulation time here. Is there to be a winner? Luke Shaw trying to make it happen. Good 30-35 yard carry upfield. Finds Martial. Cross comes in from the left, blocked away. Brought down by Pogba. Good challenge by Lacazette. Will be a free kick unless Arsenal make something of this. Xhaka back to Cedric. Forward ball. Referee says that's enough of an advantage. Not too sure about that. Be a bit controversial if United do something with this. Shaw down the left-hand side.
Didn't complain though, Arsenal.
On to Anthony Martial, who came on early from McTominay. Hasn't really contributed to the match a great deal. Bruno Fernandes has flitted in and out. Here he is now. His goal drought on its way to 5 league games without a goal or an assist in the Premier League. Wan-Bissaka right-hand side, cross comes in, Cavani! No!
Was it Cavani
just
or Martial?
Wide Cavani. I think Martial's just behind him. Cavani's the man with his face in the grass. Another massive chance. The right man in the right place at the right time, but the wrong side of the post.
He was actually in front of the 6-yard... in front of the near post when he struck that as well. He would have to have really turned his hip to get that on target as well. It's a great connection, and just before he hit it as well, Mason Greenwood nearly got his head on it as well.
Brilliant effort by Cavani, acrobatic attempt by the centre forward. That may have been the big chance for Manchester United at the death. And Cavani's missed it. Issue here for Nicola Pepe, who seems to have caught a stray arm or something in the face. Didn't see that personally, exactly what's happened to him here. He's rubbing his forehead. I think he'll be okay. Making a bit of a mean of it. We'll get a replay. I think it was him and Maguire that were battling for the ball. I'm not too sure there's anything in that.
Oh, yes, there it was. Oh, and he got another one as well.
Yeah, the initial header is one, and it's a kind of a secondary accidental challenge from Maguire as the ball is looped here towards Cavani. Won by Luiz. Xhaka picks it up.
Oof.
Cedric will fire one into the feet of Leno, who's in his own 6-yard box here. Wants to get rid of it, does. Lacazette takes a ride on the back of Maguire. They've both gone down again. And Maguire's not happy here. He's immediately feeling the small of the back, Harry Maguire. As maybe Lacazette made a stand for him. Maybe Maguire was too strong in the challenge. We'll need a replay of it to work out exactly what's happened, but both are going to require some treatment here.
It's good that Fred's gone straight at Lacazette and not bothered about his teammate. His captain is there on his own, and Fred's standing there at Lacazette.
While this is going on, I can tell you that Freddie has sent me an actual video of David Luiz scoring the free kick for Chelsea against Liverpool. That's not a knuckleball. Come on. It's almost an instep when the keeper's not looking, and it's against Simon Mignolet, so it barely counts. I'm not counting it. I'm just counting that as a normal free kick. But
Tom, you can't keep making the rules.
I can do what I want in my own game. Make up the rules as we go along. Anyway. All right, fair enough. It's a good free kick, but it's been a long time. 3 minutes added on here at the end of the 90, but we're going to have more on top of that because of this double injury here to Maguire and to Lacazette. If it does finish 0-0, Paul, and I think it's a pretty safe prediction at this point, is this a good point for Arsenal or Man United?
Given how United have been, for them to have only taken 1 from 2 games, it's quite poor, especially when you look, they've got Sheffield United in that mix as well. Generally, you would say you go to the Emirates and you take a point, you call that you say that's good, especially if you're looking to win things. But at the moment, I would say for United, it's not a great point as such.
And what for Arsenal as well? I mean, there's always this meeting of the Big Six narrative, but they've not been in the Big Six for a couple of years now, at least Arsenal. And I would argue maybe it's a Big Seven these days with Leicester, existing and having won the league more recently than Arsenal. It's a good point for them, right? They're against a big team and they're not getting beaten.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'd go with that. I definitely agree with you that, Tom, since we're in your house and it's your rules.
And I'll change the rules if you disagree.
That's exactly right.
Those are the rules.
Yeah.
The rules are, it's my rules. Another game after this to come. Don't go anywhere when the full-time whistle blows here. We've got live coverage of Southampton up against Aston Villa. Alex Crook and the Housewives' favourite, Paul Mortimer, in with you for the next game. So make sure you are tuned in to that one here on Premier League Live. And of course, we've had a whole raft of excellent games today, as brought to you by our teams all around the Premier League. 2-0 victory for Newcastle against Everton. Callum Wilson scoring a couple of goals there. Crystal Palace 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0, in a game that won't live long in the memory for Andrew Self, who called it. Though a great goal for Aberi Eze in that one. Man City 1-0 winners against Sheffield United. West Brom 2, Fulham 2 as well today. A result that does neither of those sides particularly good in their battle to stay in the Premier League. Tomorrow, 4 games for you, nearly 10 hours of action. Chelsea against Burnley, Leicester v Leeds. The rip-roaring, top-scoring, high-flying Hammers, West Ham, will take on Liverpool in a Champions League clash at the Bowl of Disappointment. And it's Brighton against Tottenham to wrap up our broadcast day. We're just rattling on here because Lacazette is still receiving some treatment. They are able to make another sub if they want to here, Arsenal. Eddie Nketiah, an obvious change, but at the moment it seems they want Lacazette to try and finish the game. Doesn't look happy, does it?
He doesn't look happy. I think he's already there. Eddie's already there, about to come on.
You're absolutely right, Paul. Good spot. Eddie Nketiah is ready to come on. Lacazette is going to go off here for the final couple of minutes. I haven't actually seen a replay, so I can only apologise. I don't know the extent of this injury or what actually happened there to Lacazette. It was him and Maguire running into each other. Lacazette seems to have come off worse. Maguire is back on. Throw-in on this near side here for United. They fired it forward. Arsenal knock it off. No idea how much time there is to play. We're at the 3 minutes already as Fernandes is in the area. Cavani back to goal. Wants to set somebody up. Sets up Fred, who takes the effort at goal. Always spinning wide, and that'll be a goal kick.
Yeah, I mean, Cavani, he must have had 4 or 5 people ushering him away from the goal. He goes back to Fred, and Fred hit that with no conviction at all. Didn't really believe in himself to score there, and that's why he ends up scuffing it wide.
It's almost like the old days, this, Paul. We've got no idea how long we've got left, because we're well over the 3 minutes now. You'd imagine there'll be another couple on top of this. And an air of danger to the proceedings. I quite like it. Leno's goal kick goes straight into touch. Shaw will try and take the throw quickly. Not doing it. Maybe that is a microcosm of this game. Good intention, but no great execution. Cavani picks up the ball, pokes towards Martial, who just keeps it on. Holding is with him. Can't get away from Rob Holding. Good defending. Bellerin brings it away. Lucky to get away from Shaw. Pepe down the line to Nketiah, but it's Lindelof who'll pick it up. Back to David De Gea. All of a sudden, it's funny when you get to this sort of stage and everyone starts going, we should probably do this quickly now. And despite that frenetic energy, nothing's really coming forward here from David De Gea, who's gone to Maguire and it's gone back to him again. Pogba picks it up on the half turn. Shaw to his left. Back back to Pogba. Looks like they've settled for a draw here, Man United.
Just got to call it soon.
By my watch, we've still got about a minute or so to play here. Fred, and it's not my rules for the timekeeping, you understand. It's outright to Wan-Bissaka up against Willian. Now or never, Fergie time they used to call this, I think. Is there to be.
He's got to deliver it.
The goal of champions. Fernandez ball, very, very poor. Overhit, poorly aimed, into touch, and that is probably that. Few of the star performers, the big names, Paul, haven't quite performed today, and Bruno Fernandes, another game without an assist or a goal for him. This will make it 5 league games in a row without either of those.
Yeah, he has been quiet, very quiet. That's why United are quiet as well, because he hasn't been that much involved, and he is the one 100% who makes Manchester United tick.
Leno will blast it, Michael Oliver will blow his whistle, and it has finished here at Emirates Stadium. Goalless between Arsenal and Manchester United. Well, that's how it's finished. Unfortunate, really, that we didn't get a goal, Paul. They certainly tried. There was some endeavour, wasn't there, at times, but it hasn't quite worked out that way, that we've got the goal that maybe both sides, certainly in the first half, were trying to deliver.
Yeah, I mean, everyone was looking clash of two. Well, this was one of the biggest games in Premier League at one point, and really it's just faded away as such as a big game anymore, and it played out like that as well. It's not a big game as such anymore. It was poor, really, a really poor game. Both sides just really didn't deliver. The quality wasn't there. You have to say that United will be with a side who will be more disappointed, because they had opportunities, they had chances, poor decisions, maybe a little bit of bad luck or good defending by Arsenal, and there was some, maybe we call poor finishing as well, when they should have at least hit the target on a few occasions. Leno didn't really have enough to do when he should have done.
Yeah. We mentioned earlier if it was a good point for either of these two sides. I mean, again, you know, they've gone away, Man United, against one of the self-proclaimed top six, the big six, however you want to describe them, and they haven't been beaten here. And you know, maybe in the final analysis, if it's all about qualifying for the Champions League as opposed to a title challenge, this won't be a bad point for them.
No, that's the way you look at it. It's not a bad point, not a bad point at all, really, to done what they've done, really.
And what about from an Arsenal perspective? I mean, it's another game unbeaten for them, another game unbeaten at home as well, and it's defensively really where the manager has made his improvements, and they never really, maybe that last chance from Cavani aside and the early effort from Fred looked like they were going to be breached. They were defensively very sound and solid against Arsenal, I thought.
Yeah, they definitely were, which they haven't been over a few seasons, and Arteta's gone in now. He's trying to deal with that. I'm sure he'll deal with that when he gets an opportunity again to be in the marketplace to make it even better. But they just need that little bit more in the final third. They still haven't got that edge. Even Aubameyang hasn't really shown it so far on a regular basis this season, but Lacazette tried his best.
Certainly did. Paul Parker, thank you very much indeed. Paul Parker, the former Premier League winner, with me here. Up next, we've got full commentary and coverage of Southampton against Aston Villa. Alex Crook and the Housewives' favourite, Paul Mortimer, with you up next. 0-0 it's finished between Arsenal and Man United here. You've been listening to Premier League Live.
Stream Leicester v Leeds and West Ham v Liverpool this Sunday, live with the Now TV Sky Sports Pass.
The team that's been in electrifying form.
With Now TV, you can stream a whole month of live Premier League action or only pay for the games that matter to you with the day or month pass. It's your sport on your terms with Now TV.
This is not the time for business as usual. It's time for effort and imagination. It's time to use technology to start your online plans. It's time to work from home to stay in touch. It's time to look to each other. Ireland is working online with help from Black Knight and .ie, because now we need better than business as usual. Call Black Knight on 059 918 3027 or visit blackknight.ie.
As we know, keeping active and looking after your well-being is challenging right now. At Harvey Norman, we have the latest range of connected fitness and health products to help you understand more about about your health, everyday stress, sleep patterns, and more. Like the TicWatch GTX smartwatch, packed with key features, including a unique bezel design, fitness tracking, sleep monitoring, and a long battery life. Available now for only €99. See harveynorman.ie for our full range of connected fitness and health products. Available for home delivery or click and collect.
Welcome back to Cadbury's Find the Legend, Win the Legend.
What a competition here, and they've just got to pick up a Cadbury pack for the chance to win.
They could score Petr Cech's incredible VIP weekend at Chelsea, or there's Robbie Fowler's luxury Liverpool experience.
Or a VIP match day with me, Gary Neville. Results.
Find a Legend shirt inside your Cadbury pack to win big. Plus thousands more prizes at legends.cadburyfc.com. T's and C's apply.
There's certain matchday sounds we are all missing. But there are others we don't have to. Is Carlsberg Pilsner the best beer to enjoy while watching the match at home? Probably. Carlsberg Pilsner, probably the best beer in the world. Enjoy Carlsberg sensibly. Visit drinkaware.ie.
Grant has been providing reliable, efficient and affordable home heating technology for over 40 years. From the award-winning Grant Vortex condensing oil boiler to the highly efficient Arona heat pump, you can trust Grant to heat your home. Think heating, think Grant. Visit grant.eu.
Ronaldo and Messi, a rivalry for our times. But like everyone striving to be best in their field, they need each other. They drive each other on. Like me and Mick, the other voiceover guy. Right, Mick?
Toothpaste, it's paste for your teeth.
Ah, so annoying. Well, something that is unrivaled is Paddy Power's offer of a free bet if one leg of your 4 Plus full knacker lets you down.
Paddy Power.
Stay in your lane, Mick. Max free bet €10. Win odds 1 to 5 on each leg. Online exclusive. Excludes enhanced match odds. T's and C's apply. 18 plus. Need help? Visit gamblingcare.ie.
With Talk Sport. All the big goals and big moments from the world's biggest football league.
To Lacazette! First touch, first goal!
Ball into
Mane! Brilliant!
They have nicked it, Manchester United. Well, that is what champions do, right?
It's the most intense league in world football, and we've got all the action right here.
It's an outswinger! And it's headed in by Thiago Silva! Jamie Vardy sends it down the middle, and Leicester have the lead. That is exquisite from Leeds United! Sam Allardyce masterclass!
Premier League Live with Talk Sport.
You are listening to TalkSport's coverage of Southampton against Aston Villa from St Mary's Stadium. I'm your host, Alex Crook. Alongside me is the former Charlton, Crystal Palace and Aston Villa winger Paul Mortimer. This is Premier League Live. And the dessert at the end of a feast of football on this Saturday afternoon into the early evening. And what a tasty treat it could be, as well as two former leaders this season of the Premier League go head to head. Two of the surprise packages as well, but two teams who've lost their way a bit in recent weeks, both in need of a victory to get their seasons back on track. Let's get straight to the all-important team news. Southampton make 3 changes from the side beaten at home by Arsenal in midweek. Ryan Bertrand is back from suspension. Oriol Romeu returns from injury, while Nathan Redmond makes his first start since October. Still no Kyle Walker-Peters or Yannick Vestergaard, though, while Shea Adams is dropped to the bench. It's McCarthy in goal, Diallo as a makeshift right-back, Bednarek, Stevens and Bertrand making up the fence. Then come Ward-Prowse and Romeu deepest in midfield, Armstrong and Redmond behind Walcott and Danny Ings up front. Aston Villa unchanged from their thriller at Burnley. Martinez in goal, Cash, Concert, Mings and Target against the team he supported as a boy in defence. Douglas Luiz and John McGinn holding midfield, with Traore, Barkley and Grealish behind top scorer Ollie Watkins up front. The two benches for you for Southampton. Forster is the backup goalkeeper. Long, Adams, Gineppo, Valerie, Ramsey, and then youngsters Lundaloo, Yankovic and Watt. For Villa, Heaton is the reserve keeper. Taylor, Trezeguet, Nakamba, El Ghazi, who's been in good form this season, Engels, the new signing Sanson from Marseille, El Mohammadi and Keenan Davis, who could have gone out on loan this week, but Dean Smith elected to keep him at Villa Park. A very good evening to a former Villa player in Paul Mortimer. And after, well, a fairly drab game at the Emirates, 0-0 it finished between Arsenal and Manchester United. You're looking forward to this one?
Yes, good evening everyone, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Yeah, I am. I think it's two teams that go for it. It's two teams that will not sit back and try not to lose the game. It's two teams that will be on the front foot, want to go and win it, possibly a bit of counter-attacking going on. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this game tonight.
Two teams not in their best form of the season, though. Southampton just a 1 win in 7 in the Premier League, 1 win in 5 for Aston Villa. Is that just the campaign catching up with them? Certainly in Southampton's case, when you look at the absentees they've had of late, it's really hit them hard. Yes,
you're quite right. I think it's just the campaign catching up. There's a lot of games. They're playing every other day. Literally, 72 hours it takes to get over a game. So they're going into games not really recovering physically from the previous one. So it's a lot to ask. It's happening for every team. They've just got to get on with it. But there will be casualties as the games go on. You know, they'll lose prominent players. Southampton can't afford to lose their top players. I mean, they were without Bertrand the last game, and Walker-Peters is still out, who's been very good for them.
He's been exceptional, Walker-Peters, and they don't really have a like-for-like replacement. Jan Valery, for me, probably still not yet proven in the Premier League, but it's been a good day for them in terms of results from elsewhere. Everton losing at home to Newcastle, that was the surprise scoreline of the day. 0-0 as we mentioned between Arsenal and Manchester United. It does give both these teams the chance to move up in the table. Aston Villa with games in hand on 29 points, they're in 10th place, level with Southampton who've played a game more. You've got Chelsea and Arsenal just ahead of them. A win for either side would see them move above both those teams.
I would agree, and that for me is why a point is going to be no use to either side really. They win it, they can advance, and like you say, Villa have got a couple of games in hand. I think Southampton have got Villa got a couple of games in hand. They'll have a game in hand after this game. You want to win these games. The games in hand are no good if you don't make use of them and win them. And this is a game I think Villa, when they drew up their cycle of games, this is one that I think they'll have been looking to get 3 points from. And
you mentioned the absence of Walker-Peters. Is that the area that Villa will really look to exploit down the Southampton right-hand side? Because they play very narrow, don't they, with this 4-2-2-2. The emphasis will be on Diallo on one side and Bertrand on the other to get forward. But you look at Diallo, who isn't a right-back by trade. He's going to be directly up against not only Jack Grealish on that left-hand side, but Matt Targett, who's been very effective this season as well.
Well, they've been very good. Grealish just sits out there, and the thing about it is when you're a right-back and you've got an inverted winger, a right-footer coming in, is if you go with him, Targett overlaps. So often you're not quite sure, especially if you're not a specialist defender, you're not quite sure initially which to go with. So he's going to need a lot of help from the players in front of him and to his left, his centre half, because if they're not in sync, it only takes a split second for him to just hesitate, for Targett to get down one side, Grealish to go the other side, and he's just watching the ball and lost. So Southampton are going to have to be sharp defensively tonight.
Yeah, just spotted Jack Grealish in the warm-up, actually. Broad grin on his face, someone who's clearly enjoying his football this season. He's wearing a pair of skin-tight grey tracksuit bottoms. I think he may have borrowed those from Ralph Hasenhüttl, the Southampton manager. Scorelines elsewhere today. Palace 1, Wolves 0. Wolves in free fall at the moment. Manchester City made to sweat against Sheffield United. They won by an early Gabriel Jesus goal to 0. And West Brom 2, Fulham 2. A result, in truth, that does little for either of those sides' survival hopes. We're going to look back on all of that action. There is